Sorry, I just didn't want to hit this paddleboard, so I was grabbing for my paddle. That was a close one right there.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna find out what it is.
Hey.
I was real confident. Now I saw Brian McDuffie's episode, and that lazy bastard didn't paddle at all. So you want me to paddle, or is that something you tell me? Once we get out and going, if you need me to help.
Yeah, usually I like to just let you. The problem is we're going one way,
Yeah.
so you really can't do much going back.
I just wanted to call Brian McDuffie lazy.
No, but yeah, he is very lazy. He didn't offer. I don't think he offered.
Huh?
He didn't offer, I don't think.
Yeah, see?
I like the courtesy.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, we're going to be really... Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
this
going to
is...
say, man, you got a really, really good idea here.
Thank you.
There's few comics. Like, I usually, before I go on a podcast, I like to watch and then see what the scope of the show is before I go on it.
Yeah.
And yours was one of the only ones that I... enjoyed watching.
Oh, that means so much, dude.
Because it's different, man. So many comics just get in a chair and let's just smoke weed with my friends, dude. Nobody's gonna want to watch that. Get out in the uncomfortable, man. Let's get weird. I like it.
Yeah, that's one of the parts about it, I think. Thanks for the compliment. I appreciate it. But yeah, something different. I mean, it was like you could do that when podcasting was starting out, right? Like if you got in 12 years ago, like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And you got a fan base and people want to listen to you talk.
Right. But I got no fan base, so I got to get creative.
Me neither, dog.
You know?
Mean, it takes fucking years and years for that to happen.
Right. But it's, I don't know. It's something you got to think about. I don't know, dude. Comedy, anything creative too, it's weird. It's like, how much do I think about my career or what I'm trying to do? And like, how much do I just try to be funny and just it's a weird thing, you know.
It is, man. I mean, there's no written rule book for it.
Right.
So it's everybody just figuring out what's you and what's authentic. That guy's standing up. That dude's gonna eat it, dude.
Yeah, standing up. I should have told you to take a leak before we got on here because things could get.
Yeah.
There's no bathroom on board if you couldn't tell.
I mean, you look one way, I'll look the other.
Oh yeah, we got bottles.
We got bottles in here.
But
I got a tin cup. We'll just pee in the tin cup, toss it outside.
Hell yeah. You carry that around all the time?
Yeah, this is my bag. Usually it's my hunting bag. But
it looks like a Moscow Mule type deal.
So I don't usually bring the cups with me. But
okay.
This is just with comedy and just daily life. It's not a purse, but fucking girls got it figured out, man.
Oh yeah.
Carrying around a
freaking
freaking like I got my recorder. I got my cologne, 2 knives.
Oh yeah, this is the they got some kind of YouTube thing where you say like what's in my bag or what's in my I carry around all the time.
I got my pistol.
Hell yeah. Oh, you really do have a pistol.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It concealed carry. I don't like carrying it on my person, but I'll carry it in there, and if I'm going somewhere, I'll either put it on me and then take it out of my bag. Like when I get to the club, I don't know if it's a good saying. I mean, I got my concealed handgun carry, but it's not good to let people know what you got on you. But when I get to the club, I put it in the safe. I put a safe in the club, so I know that's where I stop every day before I leave. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not walking the Creek in the Cave.
Oh, they got a safe in there?
It's just a little drop safe.
Sweet.
I've got the combo to it. Rebecca's got the combo to it.
Oh shit.
In case shit gets hairy.
Yeah, it definitely makes me think differently of you now. Like I was maybe gonna roast you a bit more, but now that I know you have a gun,
Nah, dude,
I'm gonna mind my P's and Q's.
Nah, dude.
Just happy to be here. Please don't shoot me.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, you don't. If anybody that has, I mean, they're concealed. It's the reason that it's called concealed carry is so. I mean, you don't know. Look at those wood ducks. Oh man.
Is your mouth
those
watering?
Are gorgeous, dude. Yeah.
You've eaten a duck.
Yeah, I shot 4 of them 2 days ago.
Tastes like chicken or it tastes like alligator?
Red meat, and so
really?
Yeah, so it's more similar to deer meat. No, gamey is a weird word. It gets bad representation. Gamey is good.
Mean?
It's just like a
hunting game. I'm hunting game. It's gamey.
Yeah, it's gamey. I don't. When people use that, they don't use it in the correct way because it's like, I guess people are so used to like processed meat. Look at them flying. Look. So that's 2 drakes and 2 hens. The 2 ones in the back are drakes. The males. See how they're prettier?
Wow.
The ones in the front are hens.
And a drake, is that exclusive to duck? I never heard drake. Is that
so
a male
drakes
duck?
are only ducks. So they're.
What's a mallard?
Mallard is a greenhead. It's just a breed of duck.
Okay.
So a species of duck.
Yeah. Those weren't mallards.
No, those were wood ducks.
Oh, wood duck.
Yeah.
How much wood could a wood duck duck?
If a wood duck could duck wood. They duck a lot of wood, dude. Especially flying through timbers.
And you'll go out and hunt one of those and you'll cook it up, fry it up. What do you do with a wood duck?
So I had actually Gabe Davis, Spencer Cavins, Ben Smith. I took them all out hunting for the first time a few weeks ago. And we got back and I marinate. My favorite way to do it is to marinate it, red wine sauce, Worcestershire sauce, shaved garlic, and then just let them sit in a Tupperware thing.
Okay.
A thing of Tupperware for like 30 minutes to an hour. Just
okay, Paula
tenderizes them
Dean
a little thing.
Stanfield.
Hey, dude, I love cooking. If you're gonna hunt, you gotta know how to cook the stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
that's half
it's
the
one of my
game right
favorite. I mean, I'm a fat boy, so it's one of my favorite parts of hunting is getting it back and making something out of it. You know.
Yeah.
It's the hunting parts is cool. Yeah, they're circling back around.
And what do you feel like hunting? Do you feel like, because some people are like, hunting, like I love, it's pretty popular nowadays to be like a PETA or I love animals or
Yeah.
don't shoot animals or don't abuse your dog or whatever. But what do you say about hunting?
I mean, it's one of my favorite things of all time, man.
Do you feel like it gets a bad rep sometimes?
I think it does, but there's also there's a reason for that. There's people that are bad hunters. Like anybody, like the not hitting your dog. I don't hit my dog. I just now last week for Christmas I bought a hunting dog.
Unless he asked for it, right?
Yeah, if he's asking for it, if he enjoys it a little bit, you can tell him. Yeah, hey, listen, I'll oblige.
Different strokes for different folks.
So hunting is there's a lot of guys that mistreat their dogs and
mistreat their wives too.
I mean, rednecks. There's like a bad staple for them, but that's one of the things I love about comedy is like changing people's perspective on that. You know? And like hunting, I said I've been working on I'm not gonna do this. I fucking hate it when people do this. But
I'll give you 10 minutes uninterrupted if you want. Uninterrupted. You want to do a set?
Stand up, dude.
And coming to the stage,
annoying,
Dean
dude.
Stanfield.
I fucking hate it. But I'm working on a bit where it's so hard to talk about like being a redneck because of PETA people or people have a bad stereotype.
And
for that
you're a
kind of
redneck.
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. And what is a redneck?
So
because sometimes I feel like people think it's a bad thing, and sometimes I feel like people think it's a good thing, or it's a mean name. Like sometimes I feel like it's like a derogatory term, or it's not.
I don't think it's a derogatory.
Right.
Even if people use it like that, you just turn it around on them. Like I'm all right. I'm a redneck. What does that mean?
Yeah.
You know. But enjoy hunting, fishing, being outdoors. You know. Like I don't, man. There's all different kinds of categories too, because like I work cattle, so technically like there's cowboy and then there's redneck. I'm a mix of the two, you know. So like I grew up doing bull riding and redneck cowboy. Yeah,
that's tight.
Country, I would say just country.
Just country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be a better definition.
I guess
of
words are always just whatever you want it to be. It's just however you identify.
People use it in a derogatory way, then you know.
Yeah. Did your parents raise you up saying you're a cowboy or you're a redneck?
My dad definitely did. Yeah. Mom was more like just country, you know.
Yeah.
I guess, but no, it's something to be proud of, you know. If you treat it the right way, don't act like an asshole. Don't be the reason that people, you know, don't like that stereotype. You know?
Right. And don't you feel like people? Is it more common for people to be like, just have judgments about people just because people like stick to themselves more nowadays, or were people always like that?
What do you mean?
Like you're talking about, you know, comedy is cool because you get to introduce people to stuff that they wouldn't normally do and stuff. And like, don't you feel like now everyone's just kind of, maybe part of it's like COVID or it's being in the future with like the internet and stuff, but it's like everything is so niched and people are just kind of like, you know, what do you call it, preacher to the choir type stuff, where it's like I just listen to who I like. I don't go out and try to experience other things, or I'm not.
Oh man, I think you should
open to
be
stuff.
open to stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, and I mean that's one of the reasons I took the comics out hunting, is it's something that you would not normally experience.
Yeah.
And I think just try crap. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know, if
Right.
it's not for you, it's not for you. If you don't like killing stuff, that's totally understandable.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not holding that against anybody. But I think you should try it and especially if you're a vegan and you don't want to kill something, that's fine. But if you're a meat eater, like if you eat meat
Oh yeah.
and you're not willing to kill it and process it and learn how that process goes just even once,
Yeah.
then I mean you're kind of a hypocrite.
You're a hypocrite.
Yeah, you're willing to eat. You're willing to take advantage of other people's, and it's fine if you
Right.
acknowledge that. But I think everybody should do it once,
Yeah.
and
It should be like a mandatory. Like if you want to eat meat, you got to go out. Like
and
they
it's
have a
see how
class in high school. Or
freaking
something.
hard it is, man. It's not a, like I said, we went out 2 days ago, shot 4, but before that I think I went 6 different times before I shot something.
Whoa.
I mean, we're just out there. I mean,
You suck?
It's called hunting, not fishing, or it's called hunting, not killing.
Yeah.
So like if we're going killing, it's different. Like I know that spot's going, but
Right.
like Central Texas right now, it hadn't gotten cold, so the ducks aren't here. So either I can travel up north to go duck hunting, or just try to shoot the ducks that are around here. There's just not very many.
Yeah.
So some days you go out and it sucks sitting out there all day, but
Yeah.
it's how you look at it. Because I'm outside, I'm in nature.
Yeah.
Usually I'm having a beer.
Right.
I'm smoke a couple cigarettes and enjoy. You don't. Oh, those are bluebills. You see,
Hell
it's
yeah.
black body. If you look, they've got bluebills. I think their real name is scalps, greater and lesser scalps. So
I see your
man, I
mouth
just love
watering.
being in nature, man.
Yeah, dude.
See all kinds of different animals, see how they work.
Right. I think that was the other thing with this podcast. It was like COVID wise, and like everybody's indoors when I started this, and it's like just getting out, and you gotta being outdoors is so. Dude, for the longest time, humans were outdoors all the time.
Yeah, we're
And
supposed
then
to
one
be.
day we made indoors, and then everyone's like, "Oh, indoors, let's just do that all the time." It's like, no, like you're an animal.
Yeah,
We're monkeys.
we're supposed to be
baby.
outside, dude.
Yeah, we're supposed to be.
So do you think we used to be monkeys?
I think we're still monkeys.
Hell yeah, dude. That's one thing that I think I don't jive with, like the redneck community was like, fucking people think we're monkeys. And I'm like, I mean, I think we kind of were.
I mean, that's just another like word too. It's like, what do you? I mean, do you
Be
think
careful how
we're
loud
like
you say
complete?
monkeys.
What's up?
We're
Oh,
just
be-
out here.
You're gonna be a sea monkey after this.
It's just no
throw
cut.
you in.
Yeah, throw me in there.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to cut out of this.
Oh, that's the other thing I tell people. We can cut out whatever. Like I edit all these. If,
Yeah.
If at the end of this, for some reason, you're like, you know
Dude,
what, I don't want any
if
of that.
I say it out
you know.
loud, I'm all right with it being put out there.
Okay, sweet.
If I say something, if it's not the way it should be said, and it whatever makes a controversy, and I learn from it, then I learn from it.
Yeah.
I think it's different. But also, how comics talk to each other and how regular people talk to each other is
Yeah.
a big difference.
Right. I mean, sometimes I think about that. Like, is there certain things? Because obviously,
100% there are.
yeah, like we're talking right now, and
Yeah.
I'm conscious that the camera's on, so I think I get myself a little reserved and stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe my grandma's gonna watch this, so you
Dude,
know.
does that not scare you? I can't release. I'm only 4 years in, so I probably have I know I have at least another 4 or 5 until I can release a special. Realistically, just where my career path is going, but like I'm traveling around the country now, and I'm like, it's getting more and more of my stuff is out there, and my grandma watches my stuff, but I gotta just be. My little brothers and sisters watch my stuff. My aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
I used to be big in the church, and they all watch my stuff.
Yeah.
And so it gets rough. I put stuff out, and I'm really excited about it, and then I think about it. I'm like, crap. Like I've got a really good blowjob joke
Yeah.
that I love doing, but like it's such an act out thing, and it's so dirty that like I haven't had the I haven't had the balls to put it out yet because
Yeah.
I know my cousins are assholes. Like, they'll show her. It's cute girls, dude. You ever picked up a girl from here? Like, got a number?
No.
Let's do it today, dude.
I have a girlfriend, but
Okay.
I can
We'll
still
turn the cameras
get a
off
number,
for a
right?
minute.
Like
Yeah, that's nothing. Let her know that, hey, there's options. You know? You're not doing anything with it. You know?
Yeah. And so she'll see this too, so maybe I got to cut that out or no?
No, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say anything. I said it. I didn't know you were a girlfriend.
Yeah.
If we start thinking about the stuff we'll cut out, we'll just do this, and if whatever we need to cut, we can cut.
That's right. That's right.
I trust you, man. I trust you. You're not
Yeah, I
trying to
trust
end my
you, too.
career. Yeah.
You got a gun, and
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Just forget about the guy.
I haven't dove overboard yet. Dude, I've never... Dude, I don't even think I've shot a gun.
Really? Oh, let me take you out. What are you doing after this?
I got
There's
to
a
host
gun
my
range.
open mic at 5.
On the way to, I know a couple gun ranges. You just go pop it off a couple times.
Dang.
That'd be
dude.
pretty cool.
Can I pop it off here, or is that illegal?
No, it's illegal, yeah.
Yeah. So when is it legal? Like, if somebody starts ramming our boat, can we shoot them?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're acting up, I'll give them a couple warnings. And then I'll do a water pop. Like, hey, mother, pow.
Yeah.
He keeps coming.
And you just grew up shooting stuff, shooting people, shooting animals.
Yeah, dude. I've only ever shot 2 people. You're definitely gonna take that out. Nah, dude. I mean, there's another wood duck. I'm gonna stop doing that. That's gonna get annoying.
You're like a
throughout the
golden
podcast.
retriever.
You're just gonna make the. Yeah, I am. Actually, I just got a golden. That's my
Really?
my new pup.
Dude, a golden retriever. That's nice,
Her
dude.
name's Scarlet. She's a red, so she's a field retriever
Oh
technically.
yeah.
But nobody knows what a field retriever is, and so they're
Nice red auburn coat.
They used to.
Looking good in the fall time with the leaves changing.
Oh, so you've seen one?
I don't know. I'm just
Oh.
guessing. I've
Here.
seen the red golden retrievers.
So those are field retrievers.
Oh yeah, she's hot.
She's such a good girl.
Puppy.
Puppy, 1 year old,
Nice,
and we just got her back
dude.
from somebody sent her off to get like professionally trained, and they didn't want her when she got back, and so
She like German
there
or
was
something?
there was a problem with it. I don't know if she was racist or what, but they didn't like her when she got back. I think the story was the lady had a baby. They had a baby in between because it takes like 6 months of training,
Oh yeah.
and so they had that baby, and when they got back, the wife wasn't. And so this is a fully trained dog that like
Right.
not fully trained. We got to train her up, but she knows how to sit, heel, retrieve. She's force fetched. There's been a gunshot
Force
over her.
fetched.
So force fetched is.
I think I've seen that on Pornhub. What is
Oh
that?
yeah, is that a Pornhub category? I gotta research that now. No, force fetching is where you make them hold it in their mouth.
Oh yeah,
and
I've
so,
definitely seen it.
And also where they, because they love playing fetch, but to get them to understand that they've got a job to do, because it's a game. We're
working.
We're working,
Yeah.
but there's times to be serious, especially when guns come out. If she's breaking away and going after every little thing that jumps in the water
Yeah.
and trying to retrieve it for you, bringing a stick. That's not what we're doing. We're playing when we're playing with sticks, but right now we're hunting, and so
Yeah.
we got to be cool and calm. And so to get them in that mentality, it's the process is called force fetching, and it's probably the hardest part of training a dog is getting them to force fetch, getting them to separate that line between hunting and playing.
Yeah, it's go time.
And yeah, it's good time. And I mean, but that's like she's my hunting buddy now.
Yeah.
And so, and I've had 3 or 4 hunting dogs in my life that the more you make it a game and the more you make it fun for them,
Yeah.
the better they're going to be,
Right.
Having a happy dog with that energy around just is good for anything.
Yeah.
If you're sitting out there cold and miserable and your dog's cold and miserable, you're not going to have a fun time. But if you're out there, having a good
Yeah.
time and ducks aren't flying, go throw a dummy for her so she can have fun for a little bit and then get back
Yeah.
in, and now it's time to be cool.
And do you feel like you're at the point where if you have a baby come along the way, you're gonna get rid of the baby before the dog?
Oh yeah, that baby's hitting the bricks, dude.
Right,
I'll put him
right.
up for adoption.
Yeah.
For
Because
sure.
I feel like people, that's always an
Well-
excuse. We got rid of the dog because we had a baby. It's
No,
like,
you just couldn't handle both of them.
Yeah.
You could have. You just lazy. People are lazy. That's the problem.
Right.
Most people are lazy.
Dude, and what's a kid that grew up that never had a pet? Like,
A
ugh.
bunch of them now.
I know.
Dude,
and
there's
they
so many. That's the
suck.
problem with kids these days. They're not
Yeah.
growing up without pets. We had dogs all the freaking time. Oh, there's a turtle behind you.
Oh, shit.
He just went down. You have anybody ever come in here and fish? I was going to throw out some jug lines.
Oh, dude, we never have, but that'd be sick.
Next time I do this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm already planning my next one.
Yeah.
I was already sitting out here. We could just like put a couple jug lines out.
Yeah.
And then just circle around, and when they start moving, start paddling, chase them.
Yeah.
You ever been fishing?
I went fishing once, and that reminded me earlier when you said, hunting, you don't catch shit, but it's still fun. Yeah, just being outdoors. I went fishing one time. I caught one fish, but it was like an accidental caught. Like I don't know if it counts because I caught.
if you pull them in, dude, that counts.
I
dog.
did pull him in, but I think he accidentally ran into it because it caught him on the side. Like it wasn't a mouth catch.
Foul hooked him.
Foul hooked.
Yeah.
So
technically, you can't keep those, but
yeah, I caught that fish and I
Game
caught
warden's not
myself
around.
like 5 times.
And you caught yourself 5
Yeah.
times, 5 different times.
I like kept going back. I was fly fishing, so I kept.
Oh, dude!
I kept hitting myself.
You went fishing for the first time and went fly fishing?
Yeah, I was in
That's
Idaho.
badass.
It was fun.
I went fly fishing and so I love fly fishing. Regular fishing is what I do the most, but we went up to Alaska last year, and I went fishing on the Kenai, which is a big one of the biggest rivers in Alaska, or one of the most like well known for salmon.
Yeah.
And I caught salmon. I saw a grizzly bear.
What?
Dude, just like we're
Did
probably
you shit your pants?
We're on that side of the river, like we're in the river walking.
Yeah.
And he is, I mean, like right where those trees are over there. I mean,
Yeah.
just 100 yards away, and just sitting down. I was scared shitless. My
Yeah.
cousins are there smoking weed and fishing, and just toking on a joint. And they're like, "Oh man, look at that grizzly bear." I'm like, "Have you lost your damn minds?
Yeah.
Like that's a grizzly bear. Let's get the hell out of here." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Nah, dude. Like we got pistols in case he gets wild." I was like, "All right, dude. Well, if he gets wild, I'm leaving you guys.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I will be the first one out."
Damn.
Texas, we don't. Mountain lions are the only thing I have to worry about. But I've gone on like week-long hunting trips,
Yeah.
at the deer lease or in the Fort Davis Mountains, where I'm the only. It's just me, you know.
Yeah.
And it's fine because I don't have to worry about anything, you know, unless the cartels like hop the border and, you know, start a problem. But that's never really gonna happen. I've got the gun in case it happens, and I'll dream about it happening, but it's not really gonna happen. And so, but they're like everything can kill you.
Yeah.
You know, they got black bears, they got grizzly bears, they got, you know, even elk or moose. If they see you,
Right.
they'll fuck you up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, a mountain lion's just a cat. So you just got to put yourself in that mindset. Bring a ball of yarn or something. Just, normal cat stuff.
I think if we ran into a mountain lion, it's getting us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think if it wants to, most of the time they don't want to.
Right.
Like you're not worth the risk to them.
Yeah.
But if it's starving, and it's like you're its last option, like I don't know, I consider myself I'm not like gonna roll over and die,
Yeah.
but it's gonna it might get me. It's most
Dude.
mountain lions, even
Ooh,
if it's starving, and they're that's a giant ass animal.
It's a
man.
big boy.
And they're practicing killing all the time.
Oh
How
yeah.
many times have you practiced killing? Like with your bare
Zero.
hands?
I mean, video games, that doesn't really count.
Nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if I didn't have a gun on me, especially, even if I had a gun, I don't know. You only
Yeah.
got they teach you in concealed carry class. But when you pull your gun, if the person is like 5, 10 feet away, most likely they can get to you before you can pull your gun and shoot them.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's why if somebody's coming at you, like you gotta already be sticking your hand out, ready to hit them or do something before you grab your gun.
Yeah.
Because if you're fumbling with your gun and they're on top of you, they're just gonna push it into you and pull the trigger,
Right.
and then shoots you.
Would you ever consider carrying around like a grenade or like
Dude, if I could buy a grenade, I would
explosives?
always walk around with a grenade.
So that
It's illegal for
Yeah.
a reason because I would do it.
But that's like the because if you're going down and you're like, this guy's gonna kill me, at least you can blow both of you up.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good move.
Be a good way to die.
Some kind of bomb
That's a
strapped to your
biodegradable
chest.
match.
Yeah. If I'm going down, you're going down with me.
No. Wouldn't it be cool to just get a real grenade, but just have it decommissioned? And if somebody walks at you, just pull the pin and toss it to them and see what they do. See what you're about, dog.
Hell
You
yeah.
know it's not going to go off.
Yeah. I might
They
get
don't know
some
that shit.
fake grenades just to keep on like how people have a chain wallet or something,
Mm-hmm.
but just keep them on my side, I feel like that's a strong look.
It is a strong look. You probably get her pulled over. The cops are definitely gonna have some questions for you. They're actually gonna let you walk around like that.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you have a gun. That's crazy. But yeah, fill up whatever you need. I got beers in here too if you want one.
Cool.
I got coffee in here.
I'm just making myself at home, dude.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it in the beginning of this episode where I was like, when I was asking about paddling, I was like, man, it's going to be hard for me to just sit here while you do all the work. And it'd been kind of a problem, dude. I'm just going to relax, man.
Man, sometimes, unfortunately,
I call Brian lazy, but I'm pretty lazy
dude.
myself.
Yeah, dude. It relaxing feels. Can you relax? Do you feel like you're good at relaxing after you work hard?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that's what I like about like working hard. Like when I'm doing stuff, I'm going and like I try to go full tilt at all times so that when I do relax, I don't feel bad about it. I don't like feeling bad about relaxing.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just do everything I can and fill up my day. So at the end of the day, I'm relaxed.
Because that's when it feels the best.
Yeah, because if you get to earn it, if you don't earn you're relaxed, you're never really relaxed because you're feeling bad about not doing this or not doing that, or you feel guilty later. Like if I take like a full day off and just relax, that's not like if I relax, I'm going hunting.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna relax, or I'm gonna go. I don't know, just be in nature, or I don't know. I can't just like watch a movie.
You ever have
and
sex
relax.
in the woods or anything like that?
Oh yeah, dude. No, here's what's even better now. Having sex in the woods is great. Fucking in a deer blind is great, but jacking off in a deer blind is one of the best feelings in the world.
Really?
Dude, you're by yourself. You're deer hunting. You're just waiting. Out of that, get a good blind jack is what we call them.
Yeah.
So you're sitting out there, just fucking in nature. Just get your not jollies off.
And what do you look at? Like a good looking tree, or you try to catch a squirrel, or what?
Close your eyes and remember that 19-year-old that you had sex with in that parking lot in Nixon, Texas. She was great, man.
Yeah.
You just remember that. You got to use your imagination. I think that's another thing. People just go so quick to porn.
Oh yeah.
Quit watching porn.
Right.
If you're like 15, 16 and you've never seen a good pair of titties, yeah. But just close your eyes and remember the best set of titties that you had, and then just fucking let it go, dude.
Yeah. But can you imagine?
Use your imagination.
Imagine if you're 15. I mean, this sounds nearly impossible. But if you could save the first titty for a real life titty, like that'd be.
If you could save the first titty
that you ever seen was in real life. Like
in real life.
You'd never seen a real. Like
dude.
that'd be pretty awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you kind of build it up. Like I don't know. I never watched porn until I had sex. So
Really? You
yeah.
never checked it out when you were 12 or something? Like
We didn't have a computer.
Really?
No, I didn't have a computer until we had the only computer that I was around was like the school computer, and you couldn't watch it like that. And
you ever caught a nudie mag or something like that?
Yeah,
in the
nudie
woods?
mags.
They had nudie mags in the woods?
Yeah, nudie mag. There's always a hidden one. If you look under most trees, there's a nudie mag somebody's hid. Now maybe nowadays it's not, but back in the day, yeah. Florence,
under Dad's
Texas.
pillow or
I know
something
there's
like that?
No, so check this out. I used to hide it. I cut a slit under my bed.
Okay.
And I hid him under the carpet. And so when my dad and I forgot about him. And so when I moved out, just like 2 years ago, my dad was pulled out all the carpet in the house and replaced it, and it's now my little brother's room. And so he would have gotten in trouble, but my dad looked and he's like, "This is from fucking 2010." He was like, "There's no way he got a 10-year-old nudie mag." And he called me up. He's like, "I found your nudes." I was like, "No shit, you save them?"
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, but then you started getting into porn after you had sex?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got an iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
And it was there. So I was 16 and 17. I think I got my 17 or 18. It was my senior year in high school. I got it, and I'd seen a videotape. Somebody had a DVD that we passed around football locker room. Everybody buddy gives it to another
professional?
buddy. Huh?
Or was it a personal somebody homemade?
It was a professional film.
Professional.
Yeah, nobody that we're watching at 16. You're not fucking well. You're just figuring it out. That was another thing I really liked about the first girl that I had sex with.
You
We
wanna shout
both.
her out?
She just. No.
I'm just kidding.
She wouldn't mind. I don't think. I don't know. Anyway, we.
We'll include
She's
her
got a
OnlyFans.
she's got a husband now, so I don't think he'd like me telling the story. But
yeah.
we just, man, it was great because we both had no idea what we were doing,
Yeah.
and she was so honest and like chill about it that she was just like, do you want to just figure this out? And she would just let me eat her pussy until I figured it out. She'd be like, do this and do this.
Wow.
Like, she didn't know. She's like, that feels good. Do that more. And I was like, all right. I just got free lessons from, I mean, I guess you never pay for them, but,
Yeah.
you know.
It was almost
good.
like
it
a
was
gym
good for
that
me.
you could go to.
Yeah,
you
because you
remember
don't
like
know,
a gym.
and you're so, both people are so awkward that you
Yeah.
want to act like you're the one that knows what you're doing, and she wants to act like she's too scared to tell you that, or worried that you're gonna feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But when you're that young, you're just like, hey, neither of us know what we're doing. Let's just try to figure it out.
Wow.
And mostly mine was just trying not to come fast.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
messed
still to this
up.
day, still trying to figure that out.
It's pretty messed up how that works. Like girls, it's like you got to figure it out with them, but guys, it's kind of just like
She kept
That's
asking me
easy.
that. She's like, "Is this good?" I'm like, "It's all good."
I know. Why did God do that? Do you think?
Oh
Is there
man,
some deep meaning to that?
I think he just. I don't know. Maybe he's an asshole.
I feel like God.
It's so
screwed-
unfair.
I feel like God screwed girls over in a lot of ways.
But not when it comes to coming. If they don't get a guy that knows, that's willing to just like work with them,
Yeah.
But
you gotta have a period too, and you gotta have a baby.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that.
Like what?
No,
sucks
they definitely
about
got the shit end of the deal on that.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like you saw the ducks. So the male in every species is the most beautiful. In
Really?
every species, I
Wow.
think,
Does that
across
make
the
you gay?
board. What
If
does
you're-
it make them gay?
No, you, because you said it.
Why does it make me gay?
Because you said the.
Is it okay to be gay? What's wrong with being gay, Nico?
No, I'm not.
Is there something wrong with being gay?
But animal wise, are
No,
you
I think,
bestialist?
No,
Bestiality?
I think they're pretty. I'm not trying to fuck a duck.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Women are pretty, but that's the point. So women are.
I'm not trying to fuck a duck.
I'm trying to fuck a duck. Listen.
Oh shit.
I think that like in every species, like lions, the
Yeah.
pretty one is the male. In ducks, the pretty one's the male. Birds, all of the birds, they're attracting the women.
Right.
But in our species, most of the time, the women are the more pretty ones.
But
you
isn't
know?
that preference? I mean, don't
I don't
other
think
ducks
so.
think that don't they think the women are hotter? Isn't it just because we like bright colors or fluffy things or whatever? I don't know.
No, it's an attractant to the female. I guess is the reason they do it.
But the male duck, does he look at the other male ducks and go,
Maybe
they're
so.
pretty than the girls? Or is he into the shitty looking ducks?
Well, they're all just brown, bland
Yeah.
ducks. They don't have howdy. Yeah, they're just brown and bland. They're not pretty. I mean, I guess it might be a preference thing, but
Yeah, I don't know.
they all just look the same.
What's wrong
know?
with brown?
What's wrong? You're gonna back me in the corner on this one. Is that what you just tried to? We're gonna make this whole podcast.
Oh shit. Dude, but
Oh, that's great.
I feel like you're you have a mullet.
I do have a mullet.
I'm probably not
And
the
you
first
have.
to tell you that.
Yeah, no, I heard 3 times a day already.
Am I coming up to a mullet?
You're getting close, man. If you just got to trim the side, dude. Honestly, you would have a really good mullet if you would just trim the sides and trim the top.
Wow. I've never been told that. I'm blushing. But yeah, you have a mullet, and that's kind of like the mane of like you kind of flipped it.
Yeah.
You kind of flipped it and became an animal where the animals are prettier than.
Are you calling me pretty?
Yeah.
Are you gay now?
Objectively. Like maybe if a duck looked at you next
Looked
to
at
a
me.
female,
Yes.
it'd just be like,
Well,
you're
this
a
one's
little
more
more
flashy.
interesting.
Well, here's where I think the argument stands: is if you get the most beautiful woman, and you put her on a pedestal,
Right.
and then you get the most beautiful man, and you put him on a pedestal, I think objectively across the board, everybody's going to be like the woman's the most pretty. Like the guy could be most like, what is he gonna have? Big muscles or, like that's something else. That's more maybe like dangerous.
Right.
Like men are more dangerous. Women are more pretty.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make stereotypes here. You're gonna back me in a corner on this thing.
Well, also girls maybe don't care about being pretty in a partner as much, right?
Yeah.
They're
I bet that's how we like the evolution of it.
Yeah. So maybe the ducks are the male duck is flipped and he's into the personality of the ugly females.
Maybe so. Let's ask him. Let's interview him.
But yeah, you have a mullet, and do you ever feel like having a mullet? It's like that's all people talk about.
Definitely, there's been times where comics have been like, "Oh, it's if you cut the mullet, you wouldn't be funny," or like it's your personality, and I definitely have to work against that. Like in my comedy, you can't. Because I hate it when people like have a thing like a fat guy, and he's just always got fat jokes, But it's a thing that you're like living through, so it's fine. I'm not hating on fat comedians that only talk about their fatness, but you have a little more like diversity to you. So I think it helps in a way if you have something about you that's makes you stand out and you don't acknowledge it as much.
Yeah,
it helps,
Yeah,
but definitely, man, I grew it out as a joke, honestly. Like I just wanted to have a mullet, and I thought it was going to be dumb and stupid, and I would shave it off in a year, but I just wanted it one time, and then I grew it out, and I'm like, it fucking looks good, dude. Yeah. And now it's like, and it's a good way to market yourself, and
it's not funny anymore.
There's no I wouldn't say no redneck. There's so few redneck comedians that if you brand yourself, it's all about, branding, Yeah. And if you can be authentic with it, like I don't just have a mullet and then I'm like a hipster,
Yeah.
Like I hunt and fish at least twice a week. I try my best to go out twice a week. And I grew up on a ranch. I was a bull rider.
Yeah.
So everything that is about me, it's not unauthentic,
Right.
And I could shotgun a beer with the best of them.
Do you want to shotgun one right now?
Shot one right now, dude. Yeah. I got my keys. I got my shotgun keys.
But I can't do it.
Huh? You don't have a water in there or something?
What?
You can shotgun a water.
Won't that fuck me up?
No. Why would it fuck you up?
Should I? I never have shotgunned a beer ever. Should I do it?
You should do it, dude. I'm not trying to talk you into anything here, but I'm talking you into it.
Part of me thinks that shotgunning a beer is going to make us tip over.
No, not if you do it right. You're working with a professional here.
All right, I got 3 beers in here.
What kind? What else do you have? Water or?
I have water.
Do you want to you can shotgun a water. You can shotgun a beer.
Dude, I feel like shotgunning a water.
Yeah, I did it yesterday.
You shotgunned a water?
Yeah, we were actually just we were messing around. We were working, and one of the guys was like, "Shotgun it." I was like, "Fuck it."
I just feel like I never want to be a person. I don't know if I'd ever play Would You Rather. Or Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
But shotgun to water. That sounds crazy. Dude.
It sounds wild, dude. It sounds pretty punk rock if you take it the right way.
No, it sounds so lame, dude. if I'm gonna be here and you shotgun a beer and I shotgun a water,
yeah,
and I'm gonna put that out for people to see, that's so embarrassing.
Hand it over. I'll get it. I'll prep it for you.
Wait, you want? So are you doing a beer?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I said I'm down to do a beer too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So wait, I got these 3 beers. Which ones will be the easiest for me because I'm a beginner?
What is it? What do you have?
We got blonde ale.
A blonde ale.
We got a Texas lager.
Okay, not the lager.
And a low-calorie IPA.
Don't do the IPA for sure.
Yeah.
And it's a crapshoot between which ones. I do the 4% because it's not going to be as heavy on the alcohol.
Cool. All right. This one's got like a plastic on the outside. I wonder if.
This is for sure going to be the episode where we fall. Okay, so here. Pass it to me on the paddle.
That's not gonna.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, on here.
Yeah. But when I give it back, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna show you how to do it on mine.
I know how to do it.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I know. I've seen it.
Do you hold back
No, but I mean, who's not seen? Like I said, I went to my brother's bachelor party.
Okay.
My whole family drinks. You know.
Okay, so I'll do mine. This is a shotgun key. So it does.
You got
it
a
fits.
shotgun key.
Yeah. So you got the. We're gonna do a lesson right here.
Yeah.
So you want to go where the top is.
Yeah.
You want to make sure it's not twisted like that. It's to the side, and then there's an air bubble in here. Okay.
Yeah,
so you got to find the air bubble.
Yeah.
Right. So you tilt it up so the air bubble sits right here, so you don't spill any beer, and it just fits on the edge like this, and it just goes in.
Oh!
And then you just get it rest away with your thumb,
Wow.
just like that. All right, I'll toss you this, and I'll toss you the beer. Okay, we're gonna make.
Dude,
this.
I'm nervous. I feel like I'm going on. I feel like my first time before an open mic. Honestly, dude.
There it is. So yeah, get it. Make sure you tilt it.
I don't want to do this so bad. This is gonna
Okay.
suck, dude. I
All
might
right,
throw
make
up.
sure your lid is faced the right way so it doesn't spill.
Oh, towards.
So when you grab it, you're gonna tip it like this, and then we're gonna tip it back. Okay.
Dude, I'm shitting my pants right now. Okay, right there.
Yeah, right there. And then just.
Woo!
There you go, oh, baby.
That was
Hey!
a waterfall.
Woo! So take your thumb and just push it in the rest of the way, so you got a big hole to open it up.
I'm gonna throw up, dude. Already. Just that little drop that got in my mouth is making me want to puke. Fuck beer, dude.
I said I wasn't gonna peer pressure you.
You didn't peer pressure me at all, dude. This
That's
is
right,
all
that's
me
right.
wanting
Okay,
to
so you
fit
wanna
in.
Make a big hole right there, right? Let me put this paddle down.
God damn.
So
Okay,
you
I gotta put
lean
my
one
paddle
way,
down
and I'll
too.
lean the other, so we don't both lean the same way.
Oh my god.
You're gonna get it close, and when you go down, make sure you put your mouth over that deal so it doesn't spill out the sides. So you're gonna
I
go
got
here.
my thing here. Do I want to put it here? This
Yes.
way, yes.
So you open it up, and then you want to tilt it like this so that it's not spilling out. And then when you throw your head back, throw it like that. All right. So don't throw it back.
Should we do one at a time?
No, you're doing the same time.
Okay, I'm not gonna.
Ready? Cheers. Hell yeah, buddy.
Oh man.
A little foam left in it.
My first ever shotgun beer with Dean Stanfield.
Hell yeah, dude. That's a-
Man, you know, it's funny. Shotgunning, so maybe loosen it up if you can. That right there. Shotgunning a beer, it doesn't taste as bad. Cause like it almost just kind of was just like soda water
When it's going down.
when it's going down.
You don't have to sit in that. Oh my God.
So it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah. You thought you were gonna throw up.
Yeah, no. I mean, let's do another one. I'm just kidding.
What if I started something? Dude, I was with Chris Reese. We went to Oklahoma to the Bricktown Comedy Club for the
I know,
weekend.
that's awesome, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. So we went there for the weekend. We did 6 shows with Mike Cronin. And we were there. So we went to the casinos that are over there because you can go to casinos.
Oh yeah.
And it was me, Adam Lucky, and Chris Reese. But so we decided to we don't have anything to do during the day. We're just waiting for the shows at night. And so we went to a casino.
Yeah.
And we spent 8 hours just gambling. We took $100 each, and we were like, when it's out, it's out. We'll go find something else to do. Adam ended up winning $280 on a slot machine, and I lost. I got down to like $10, and then I got up to $150. But Chris Reese, Adam and I had both been gambling. Chris was like, I don't want to go because I'm not going to have fun. And he's like, I don't have a lot of money. And so I've only got like, $20. And we were like, dude, just put it in and have fun. We'll be having a good time. And he was like, I don't know. I don't want to waste my money. And we're like, no, it's fine, dude. Just do it. We're peer pressuring him. And as soon as he sat down, he got like 10 minutes in, and he was having a sip of like Jack and Coke. And he looked up and he was like, hey guys, I like gambling. And we're like, oh no, this isn't good.
Yeah.
We might have started something here.
Yeah, can you imagine like fast forward like a year from now, I'm like
He's
in
just a
rehab.
degenerate gambler.
I'm
Yeah.
in rehab because of this shotgun beer.
Because
This
yeah.
is the start.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah. Yeah, gambling. I think everyone would like gambling if you win sometimes, or if you just
Dude.
get a taste of that.
No, it's the taste of the losing is the intense part. It's putting your money out there, and then having like I won the biggest time. I think the most money I won was I took $1,500 to Vegas on a bachelor party, and I love craps. Like if there was a craps table within 6 hours of here, I would have a problem.
Mm.
Like if it was like 2-3 hours away, I can never live in a place that has a craps table. It's too much. I know where my limits are, but there for a little bit, I would take $1,500, and the way to do it is you go, this money is already being spent. Like this, I'm paying for.
Your
I'm
kid's
paying to have
college.
fun. I'm not. If I walk away with no money, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And then you have that mentality. But while I was there, I hit a roll, and it was like 45 minutes long, and I was putting like $300 bets down.
Yeah.
And it's like when it happens, it's like it's the fear of you losing that's so like your adrenaline starts running, and you're like, fuck, I got $300. It could be in my pocket right now, but I'm gonna bet that I'm gonna make $600.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like that rush is it's fucking. It's intense, man. I can understand why. I 100% can understand why people get addicted to it.
Yeah, dude.
Like if you don't check yourself, like it's bad. It ruins so many people's lives.
Yeah, dude.
Like the casino is always gonna win.
Right.
Like they're always gonna come out ahead. If it's not on you, it's on everybody that's standing around you, seeing you have fun
Right.
and wanting to get in there and do it. You know,
Dude, and isn't it like the best escape ever when you're locked into a bet? You can't think about anything else in the world but what's right there in front. If you bet
Nothing
on a
else
football
matters.
game or something like that,
Yeah.
you cannot give a shit about what you don't even know what sport it is. But if you have $20 on it,
yeah.
you're in there.
Now you're
dude.
excited. That's what I
Yeah.
love doing about UFC fights. Like a lot of people are like, oh, why do you like UFC, or why do you, or like what's the draw of it?
Yeah.
Just watching dudes beat each other up. No, man, I put $5 on a guy, and now it's me and my buddy.
Yeah,
against
dude.
now I'm that guy's biggest fan, dude. I'm like,
Right,
fucking
dude.
hit him, dude. Fucking.
That's my
It's
brother.
so much fun, dude. That's my brother.
Yeah, dude. Dude, fighting is crazy. I've been watching a little bit of UFC too,
Yeah.
and morally, I don't like it. I think
Yeah.
it's bad. But it
For
well, it's just like
this is an interesting concept.
it's barbaric, right?
It is, yeah.
And I feel bad. You know,
Why that dude's making $500,000? I feel bad for all the guys that don't make it.
right, and that's most of them.
Yeah.
There's one Conor McGregor, and there's
Yeah,
a
but you're
lot
giving
out.
that person an opportunity to
I
be the
know.
best in the world, and it's his choice if he's going to be the best in the
for
world.
sure.
Yeah.
But there's other things in life where the government says we don't want to give you the choice to, like, places outlaw gambling, places outlaw
Yeah.
prostitution, places outlaw certain drugs because they know that people are gonna do it, but we don't want to.
That's the problem. Don't let the government do any of that crap.
Right. But
let 'em tell you-
is there anything that you think should be illegal?
I thought like, okay, well, this one might get controversial, but I used to be a pretty devout Christian. I'm not anymore. But one thing that I still think that's one thing that I still I don't, for lack of a better word, jive with that community is abortions. And so I don't think abortion should be legal. I think it should be a moral decision that everybody has to make. But I don't think you should make it so, like, easily accessible and just where you can just, like it's at a 7-Eleven. You can just pop in and get an abortion whenever you want.
Oh yeah, drive through.
Yeah, like a drive. Like, it fucking, you shouldn't have it like that. It should be regulated, and it should
Right.
be, where the person has to, like, hey, you're you might be taking a life here. Like, let's think
Yeah.
about what you're doing. And so you're not just, wear protection and do all of that. Like, that should be more regulated, but it shouldn't be against the law,
Yeah.
Like, there's things like that. Like, I think heroin, if you want to kill yourself on heroin, I mean, I think fucking kill yourself on heroin, if that's how you want to go out. You know,
Yeah.
I think I definitely have like a more of a laxed feeling on that, but I think everything should be on your decision to do things.
Once you're
you
an
know,
adult, it's like,
bro, if that's how you're gonna do it, that's how you're gonna do it. And that's because, and I never felt that way until I knew junkies. Like until I knew, like I've got a lot of good friends of mine, comics in the comedy community. There's a few heroin addicts, and they are, if they can't, they're gonna get it however they can.
yeah.
And it don't matter. It's illegal right now, but they're still getting it, and they're still gonna get it. It's still gonna ruin their life.
Yeah, let's put them on blast. Start naming names.
Yeah,
Let's get
yeah.
these people arrested.
I almost did. He's a really good friend of mine that is, and we have talked to him a few times and had some really good conversations with him, and I've seen him OD. I've been there when he OD'd, and it's a rough thing to see out of somebody, and somebody
tough.
that's regular most of the time,
Yeah.
and then you see that happen, and you want to do something for them, but that's the problem with humans is you can't, unless they make that decision for themselves, you can't beat it into them. You can't do anything. They're gonna find a way until they make that decision for themselves. So the point is mute. You're not gonna do anything for it. Not gonna do anything for them unless they make that decision. But maybe making it more readily available. I don't know, man. Don't put me in president.
Yeah. Dean Stanfield.
Don't take most of my
advice.
That's anybody that's taken comedians' advice on anything, you should really think about that.
Well, I always feel like just talking about something shouldn't always be taken as they said to do this or.
Most of the time when you're saying, when I'm saying stuff, I'm figuring it out as well. I just changed my mind on one thing. Like it's people get so worried that when you say something, it's truth. It's not. You change your mind all the fucking time.
Right. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, UFC. I think people should have the. I just don't know if it's best that we all put our support into something like that isn't.
But what if that's the only, like Conor McGregor? What if he was forced to do something? What was he gonna do? Be a gas station attendant?
Right.
Be nothing else. He was able to be the best at something in the world, and that was his thing. And there's just gonna be casualties and everything.
Yeah.
But I think everybody's got the opportunity to be the best in the world.
Right.
But some people aren't gonna cut it, and that sucks.
Like if they had the heroin Olympics, I wouldn't want to watch.
What about
that.
comedians, dude? So how many comedians that you know? Both of us could be very well this person that I'm going to explain, but that try, and the longer you're in it, the more you see it. But there's so many people that quit.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that don't, and that's the hard part. The people that will spend 10 to 15 years in it. Like, have you ever heard somebody that's like, "Oh, I've been doing it for 8 years"? It's like, dude, it seems like you've been doing it for fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's rough. And he's ruining his life because he's chasing whatever this is. That's the same thing as UFC.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the opportunity. If you take advantage of that opportunity, then you take advantage of that opportunity. If not, like, nobody's forcing them to do that. Nobody's forcing them to get in that cage. They want to every time.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. I don't think you should make that illegal, If you
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
or
more
promoting
like,
it.
I don't know is it healthy for me to find that as entertainment? To be like, I love people beating the shit out of each other. I mean, I do, but is that like
I think it is, man, because that's
cool?
that's their choice. Nobody's forcing them into it. And if it's by promoting that, you're giving that person an opportunity. You're supporting them in their career. Now, you not supporting them is your choice.
Yeah.
But if you do that, then that's continuing their career, buying their products and tuning into the pay-per-views where that pays for their career. And the more people that do it, the more of the lower level people, get paid.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe I should watch a documentary instead, or support scientists, or.
For sure. But you know what the problem with that is? It's boring, and there's not people getting punched in the face.
Yeah, dude.
There's something animalistic about it, man. We think that we're so far, like, from from animals, but fucking we're not, dude. There's something about those basic animal instincts that's still in us, man. I think not for long. I bet we don't. I don't know if we have long anyway, but I bet we're slowly getting towards that not being a thing, and that's why I want to enjoy it while we still have it. Because if they outlaw UFC, you know, like what are we doing? Why are we having people bash their brains in for people's entertainment?
Right.
And it's like, I don't want them to take it away. I want to keep watching it, dude.
Yeah,
I don't want to do it.
You
But
tell your-
fighting hurts. You ever been in a fight?
Dude, not really. I mean, I fought with my brother. We like wrestled.
Yeah, that's you
brothers.
hit those people's. You hit your brothers harder than most.
Yeah.
Most regular people.
Sometimes I feel like maybe I should get punched in the face and I'll be tougher.
I don't know. I think you should. I think you should go to a boxing class and find out what it's like.
Yeah.
I think it changes you as a person. Like walking into somewhere, I think everybody should do at least jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or boxing.
Yeah.
Being able to walk into a room and knowing if something goes down, I can at least defend myself
Right.
or handle my business. Because you get punched in the face, it's something that nobody gets punched in the face the first time and knows how to handle it.
Yeah.
It takes like repetition,
Yeah.
Keep getting punched in the face and then being able, the humbleness of especially if the person, like most of those boxing classes you go to or jiu-jitsu gyms that you go to, the trainer isn't a big old beefed up giant looking dude. They're usually very docile people, and the more that you do that, also the more that I think the benefit of everybody going to a fighting class or everybody knowing how to do jiu-jitsu or something is you realize that shit hurts.
Yeah.
And so if somebody comes in there and starts acting crazy and you got to punch them in the face, you're going to realize like, hey, man, let's talk this out. I don't want to have to do this.
Yeah.
Like it's going to hurt me. It's going to hurt you.
Right.
Let's just fucking everybody be cool, man.
Yeah.
I wrestle with my roommate, best friend, Max, was a state champion wrestler. He's a purple belt jiu-jitsu. And I've rolled for, 3 or 4 years. I did Muay Thai for 3 years. Like, still to this day, we'll be sitting on the couch and we'll start arguing. And then we have a big living room. We start arguing. We'll just, like, fuck it. You want to just get it out, dude? We'll just fucking, we'll go out it in the living room, man.
Damn.
And his girlfriend will come out. What are you guys doing? We're like, we're fighting. Don't worry about it. We're going to handle it here in a second. It's so good, man.
Does he kick your ass?
Oh, yeah, all the time, dude.
Damn.
All the fucking time. He's a fucking mean dude.
Yeah.
Shout out to Max Vanover. I told usually the stories I tell about him. Like, it's a problem with doing podcasts. Also, if you're not thinking about it, I had to cut something out one time. I didn't cut it out. I thought I did. I just blurped his name. I was telling him a story. Well, it's already out there, so I don't care anymore. But I got in trouble because I was telling a story about him. We went to a strip club, and he got in a fight with the bouncers. And there was a bouncer it's at a strip club. And the problem with strip clubs is they're not great places, Mm. And so there was a bouncer that was being handsy with one of the girls. She was, I don't know if she was doing coke in the bathroom or she was too drunk or something was going on. And he, like, grabbed her by the arm and was, like, telling her to act right or something. And my buddy got up and was like, hey, don't put your hands on a girl like that, And the bouncer was like, hey, this is my job. I'm taking care of the girls, like butt out. And my buddy was like, that's not how this is going to go, And so fucking got up in his face. And so we got up, and I walked over, and I could see, fights happening. I'm just going to grab him. Well, I didn't realize that there's other bouncers. And so the number one rule to fighting bouncers is there's always more bouncers.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to fight, they're never alone,
Yeah,
and so I walk up just to grab Max to pull him back, and that other bouncer, what I thought was a couch, stood up and grabbed me and picked me up. So he reached over, picked me up, and then just walked us both out. The other bouncer, and then Max sees me in trouble, and so we go outside. And then that dude, the original bouncer's, thinking he's got backup and he's good now.
Yeah.
And so when Max, like, when we're leaving, everything's fine, and we're going out, and that dude pushes him, and just like, 'cause his back's to him, and so we're walking out, and so instead of just leaving it alone and letting us leave, he pushes Max in the back. And Max fucking swings around, double leg takedown.
Whoa.
Just fucking smacks his head against the concrete.
Damn,
And
the security guard?
the security guard. And so the good thing was, we could have gotten in a lot of trouble for that, but the good thing was you could see the guy fucking instigated it, started it. So
Yeah.
he can't go to the cops, And so that dude just had to deal with a headache.
Wait,
the
was it
next
like
day.
filmed or something?
Yeah, it's all on camera.
Yeah.
There was tons of cameras in the strip club.
Oh yeah, true.
And so, especially outside. And so, problem with that story was his girlfriend didn't know we were going to the strip club. And so I'm telling this on a podcast. And so some of her friends from her business follow my comedy. Like, they come to shows all the time. And so they follow my podcast. And so when they listen to the podcast, they heard it, and they were like, that was a crazy story about Max. And she was like, what are you talking about? And so she just looked it up, and then, we came back and didn't tell her about it, 'cause why tell her if it's, not important. But anyway.
Was she pissed?
Yeah, she was a little mad. Obviously, yeah.
Well, it sounds like you didn't get your ass kicked there, right?
Mm-mm.
You skated.
I mean, I got manhandled, so that's not great.
Yeah.
Anytime a guy picks you up and then just, like, fucking bear hugs you and walks you out. And, I mean, I didn't, like, just let him do it. That was the embarrassing part. I was trying to get away.
But dude,
but he just.
I mean, the most embarrassing thing. Imagine getting your ass kicked wearing a security guard. Like, it says security there, and you're getting your ass.
And you're getting your ass kicked, dude.
I've
You
never
lose your
seen
job.
that.
Is that what happens? If you get your ass kicked by two people, and you couldn't security them out of there, that's why he did what he did. He didn't hit me.
Yeah.
He did his job well. It's what he was supposed to do. He just wrapped me up where I couldn't move. My arms are pinned against my side. Damn. And you feel so demoralized when, we're just in this girl's way. That is a legit. Hey, can we get one of those next time?
That'd be cool. I mean, if we were just mobbing like that.
Dude, just fucking slamming. Let's go paddle over there by those ducks.
Yeah. You want to take the helm?
Tell me something about you, dude.
You want to take the helm?
Want to take the helm?
Like, you can, if you want.
I don't know if that's. We trying to tip this thing over?
No, I'll push us over. I just wanted to offer. Sometimes people like to lead the way.
Nah, dude. It's your shit. You
You
ever heard this? You might have to take this out. But a saying, like a country saying, is you're fucking this goat, I'm just holding the horns. I was thinking about that, man. Like, all of the funny like country sayings that people have that nobody's ever heard. Like, but it's not my joke, That's the hard part. Is there's a lot of stuff that I can get away with saying, and that I did in the beginning, and I didn't realize that it's bad, But just like telling my grandpa's stories or telling my dad's stories, because that's how I learned comedy.
I think that's fine.
I don't know, man. Like, I think it is at some
Unless
points.
they're a comic, like to
Unless
me,
they're a
it's
comic.
like.
But you
and
didn't
you could
write
lead
it.
with that. Like, my grandpa told me this story.
Yeah, but then it's like, you can, and I have done it, but it gets to a point where
Sun's poking out, baby. It started off real gloomy.
it is, dude. It's good. It like lightens up my eyes.
Yeah, I was imagining having Dean Stanfield on the podcast, and I was like,
Were you?
clear skies. It should be, nice and sunny.
Yeah.
Are you a big summer guy?
I love summer, man.
Yeah.
I'm a Texas boy at heart, so
Yeah.
and in soul and body. No, I definitely think that summertime. I don't know, man. I love summer, but I think my favorite season is fall.
Yeah.
Because it's just starting hunting season, and in Texas, it's not cold.
No, dude. It's
Dude,
crazy.
We're what, December 29th right now? December 28th?
Yeah, it's past Christmas, and
I'm sweating. I'm in jean shorts right now.
Yeah, dude.
And it's fucking. It's cold, dude.
it still tricks me. I'll look outside and I'll be like, it looks cold out there, and then I'll go
It
out.
never
and
is,
it's not.
dude. Except for that 2 weeks that it was.
Oh yeah, that's when I
Last
moved
year,
here.
dude. Is that when you moved
that
here?
That was the week I moved here.
I have
with the
I have
storm.
had a lot of fun in Texas doing a lot of crazy shit, but I think during that time, that was the most.
Oh yeah.
Some of the most fun I've ever had during the winter for sure, because everybody was stuck inside. We have an '05 Dodge at the house, and it's just built for it.
Yeah.
It's got great tires on it. We just dumped a bunch of sandbags in the back, and then we just went towing people out, driving down the road. Might or might not have been drinking beer, and the problem is cops can't pull us over.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? They can't catch us. We're the ones that are pulling people out.
Dang.
So
That must have felt
we're going
good.
slow and great. We did some donuts in some parking lots.
Yeah.
But there's nobody out there. The roads were empty,
Damn.
and we were just out there doing good. We cut up firewood, we're delivering it to people, and
You're like
it was
a superhero.
dude. It was so much fun, and it was. I I think the main reason was we were stuck in that house, and
Yeah.
that's miserable.
Yeah.
Especially for me, because I like to be outside. I don't like to be sitting down and doing shit. And
Yeah.
so when it's cold outside, you can either be doing good or, be bored.
Right.
So we were like, there was tons of people getting out on Facebook. They were like, hey, we're trapped in our house. We're like, fuck it, we're coming to save you.
That's so
It was
sweet, dude.
oh, man, it was so much fun. And it was like, people were like, thank you so much. We're like, no, fucking, like, thank you guys.
Yeah.
If not, we'd be fucking sitting in the house not doing shit.
Did you get any
Just
cool
bored on
stuff?
our
A
ass.
hug or a kiss or
Oh, dude, people
$5?
were giving us soup. People were trying to pay us, and we're like, look, here's the deal. If you pay us, we're no longer doing a nice thing.
Yeah.
So you can't, like, let me do a nice thing,
Yeah.
and then it's fine. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
We let a couple people fill our gas tank up in the truck,
Yeah.
but other than that, people gave us soup. I had some of the best food. Like, people
Yeah.
just sitting in their house not knowing what to do, and they were just cooking.
Yeah.
And this is another thing people were thinking about. We had to tell a couple people this, but they were like, oh, our power's out, so everything in the fridge is going bad. And we're like, it's cold outside.
Yeah.
Take a thing of water, go fill up some snow, and go
Yeah.
stick it in your fridge. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, it's people's
another-
hardiness. Like, people's ability to just, like, know how to live is scary. Like, if society goes sideways, like, common sense, people have no common sense anymore.
Oh no, dude, I don't have any.
Like, there was people that were, like, freezing in there. We walked into this one lady's house, and now, to be fair, her husband, well, this is going to sound misogynistic. I'm not going to do that. But this lady was staying by herself, and she was stuck in there. She didn't have any more food. She was out of water.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and, like, it was so cold in her house that her dog bowl, that she had a dog in there, her dog bowls, she filled up the water, and it froze
Wow.
inside her house. So it's
Yeah.
like, and she just bundled up with blankets in there. But she had a fireplace, and she was like, but I couldn't find any wood. We're like, there's a freaking rocking chair right there. Like,
Right.
if you're, and she just posted it. Somebody posted on Facebook that she needed help, and so we're like, fuck it, we'll go in town. We came into, it was outside on the north side of Austin, so by like a Palmer Lane, and we came in, picked her up, drove her back to some family there in Georgetown, and then but it was like, man, going in there, like, there's not always going to be people that are, going to save you, like the government especially.
Oh yeah.
Like, the cops weren't doing anything. They were busy doing their own stuff. I mean, that's not that they weren't working,
Yeah.
but they were busy running trouble calls and trying to pull people out of the side of the road. There was somebody that got stuck in their car for like 12 hours.
Right.
Instead of just walking to a gas station or
Right.
trying to figure something out, they just sat there. And we got there and we're like, hey, you want us to pull you out? And like, thank God you showed up, We're like, how long you been here? And they're
Yeah.
like, "Fucking 12 hours. You're going to freeze in your car, people.
Well, it was
Get out and
especially
keep moving.
It was especially bad here too because, a place where that happens, like in Minnesota or something, they have the equipment to.
Listen, here's the problem with that. People made that excuse all the time, but we're Texans.
Right.
We're not. If you're you're a Texan, man. We're not.
Yeah.
This isn't Minnesota. We're not Minnesotans. We're
Yeah.
Texans. Be proud of that and learn how to
Right.
survive.
Yeah.
There's a certain staple that comes with Texas that I used to love about Texas. And I
feel
mean,
like it's
Texas.
slipping away.
I get slipping away, man. There's a
Why
lot
is
of
that?
people. Not as much, I guess, but there's so many people moving here that don't have that mentality anymore. I think it's just technology's getting more and more, and people are trusting that everything's just going to be fine. Like, this shit could go sideways and quick.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do when that happens? Are you going to be somebody that just lays over and dies? Or are you going to be somebody that figures it out?
Dude, that's what COVID made me really realize when that first happened, and it was like you can't get toilet paper, or people aren't, they don't have food or whatever.
Cormorant.
Oh, those are dinosaurs.
They just look like dinosaurs, don't they?
They're scary.
Dude, they got nasty, gnarly mouths. It's $500 if you shoot one of those. It's
Really?
against the law. Yeah.
Why? Because they're.
I have no idea. I've asked that question 100 times to game wardens, so we
Well,
see
let's
them
go
all the
fucking
time.
shoot one,
Let's go
dude.
fucking shoot one.
Who's
dude.
gonna Who's gonna turn us in, dude? Nobody knows that but you. Who's gonna turn us in?
And game wardens. You gotta be careful with game wardens. They're also sneaky. Game wardens.
That guy could be one right there.
They could be anywhere. That's the problem with game wardens. You can't trust them. Could be walking down this trail just keeping an eye on me. They see a camo vest or they see a camo shirt and jean shorts.
Yeah.
They know something's going on. See, here's another one.
But it must feel good to be a real man an American, a Texan, a man of the earth, that if the going gets rough, you can fucking get shit done.
Yeah, man. That's it's something that people say it's like toxic masculinity, but it's like, nah, man. It's I don't want to feel like I'm not in control in any situation. That's why.
Right.
And that's another thing. Like, why do you carry your gun with you in case some shit goes down? I don't want to be sitting there thinking I got all my guns back at the house. I can't do anything. You know. Like, Russians come parachuting in here. I'm gonna be on ground zero, dog. Ready at all times.
Dude.
Boy Scouts honor.
Dude,
be prepared.
The COVID times made me think about a lot of that stuff when, there was a lot of rioting going on and stuff. And I'm from LA. That's where I was when it first started, and it was like...
You were in LA?
Yeah.
Whoo!
So...
That's a rough place to be. How long were you there for?
I mean, that's where I'm from.
Oh, is that where you're from?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah, man.
So, you don't mean that.
No,
you're who I'm talking
honestly,
about, who you're pissed coming here.
No. I'm not, man. But that's a mentality thing. So if you're coming from California, I've said it a bunch of times. I know there's good people everywhere. It's not like, I know a lot of Texans hate Californians, but like a giant part of the rodeo community is from California.
Oh, yeah. People misunderstand California. They think it's all LA, San Francisco.
I did.
But there's a lot in between.
Yeah.
And
Bakersfield, California was
that's where my grandma lives.
Really?
Yeah.
So my grandpa owned a breeding station there for he had Oswood Stallion Stations.
Okay.
He was a racehorse breeder, and so they had cutting horses and racehorses. So he worked out there for 8 years.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I used to go out there all the time.
That's Texas, California, baby.
Dude, and when people would come back, and I never understood it because I was like 5 to 10 when he was living there, 5 to like 12, 13 probably when he was living there, and. When I'd come back and people were like, "Oh, fuck Californians," I'm like, "Oh, they're pretty cool, dude."
Yeah.
Like, I was out there; it's the same as Texas, you know.
Yeah,
and then,
I mean, just like Texas, it's such a big state that if you go to Austin and try to say that's all of Texas, or if you try to go to Bakersfield and say that's all of California,
30 minutes north of here,
right?
And that's where we did a bull riding. Oh, it's police. These coppers done.
Looking for us?
I guess. Hope they don't pull us over.
Are we doing anything illegal?
Huh?
This,
I don't know. Don't act like you're doing anything. Act cool, dude.
No,
The cops
no.
are here. What if they?
I know the cops, dude.
Yeah.
Things getting a little rocky.
Hey.
Hey, oh. Are they eyeballing you?
I'm eyeballing them, dude. I don't know. We're just sitting out here smoking cigars and drinking. That's legal. We're not operating a motor vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Texas, you can drink outdoors, right?
Yeah, you can.
Hell yeah. This is technically operating a vehicle. I think you could.
But I think it's a motor vehicle is when.
I mean, it may be different in California, but it used to be when I was in college, people would get tickets for riding their bikes drunk.
Really?
Yeah,
So
bicycles.
stupid.
Yeah.
So stupid.
No, I wanted to ask you about comedians on bulls.
Oh man.
Because you recorded this, you mentioned editing. I was wondering if that was an editing nightmare.
I'll tell you what I did.
And you also mentioned fishing on here. Are you still planning on doing a fishing deal in the future?
So my plan for it, and I haven't really talked this out on a podcast, so
Hell yeah.
it's pretty good. Let me get
Nico Public Radio exclusive.
show.
Yeah, drink up, baby. I'm fucking drunk off that
So
one.
Tuesdays are my off day
Oh yeah.
from comedy. Yeah, usually. I'll do a few shows, Baker Street or like a Creek in the Cave has a dropout and needs it on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Then I'll pick up anything. I'm a whore for comedy, but I never try to book anything. I only do it if people need it.
Yeah.
And so, or if like there's like dropout that happens or something.
I needed you today.
Yeah. No, but I love doing this kind of stuff. Like I
Yeah.
try to take Tuesdays for this. If there's a podcast, I tell people on Tuesdays because I like to have my, it's important to have an off day, you know, like take off and do something comedy adjacent at least, but not just, go and doing mics every single night, and
It can be exhausting.
giving myself
Drive you crazy.
It'd drive you crazy, dude. And especially me, like I'm so scared that I'm going to run out of time. Like I can't even believe I've been alive this long.
Really?
And so,
What do you feel like you would die from?
man, I've been in 4 vehicle accidents. I've been in, I almost died bull riding twice. And then a couple boating accidents, just doing stupid stuff.
Dang.
You know?
I mean,
And
the 9 lives, you're running out.
I'm running out, dude. I'm running out quick.
Yeah.
And so I had a thought. Like, anytime I'm going to be like, if I'm going to take a night off, before what I would do, before I was like getting booked as much, like I've got, a lot of good opportunities now where I don't have to, the mentality is I'm like, I don't have to go to open mics.
Yeah.
And this is I'm not saying this is good. And you got to fight against this. At least I do, where you're like, well, I'm doing, I can get booked on, 5-6 shows a week now, and I'm going traveling on the weekends and stuff. And so I don't necessarily need to go to an open mic. And then if I stay home, I'm instantly like, if I've done it a few times where like on a Wednesday, I'm like, if I go into town, I can do 2 4-minute open mics. Like, is that worth going all the way into town for? And, what if I just take a night off? And then I'll decide to take the night off. I'll start making dinner or something. And then I'll be sitting there. I'll get halfway through dinner, and I'm like, who do you think you are?
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking 4 minutes. Yeah, you could get better tonight, or you could get worse, And so I start getting in my head about it, and then I end up just driving to town every time. But if I give myself Tuesdays where I'm like, it's a light night anyway, Mondays are pretty big. Tuesdays, there's not a whole lot going on. It's the middle of the week. I give myself that day to just, if I do something comedy adjacent, or if I can find a booking the week of, I'll do it. But I never book anything on that day.
Yeah.
Because that's such a bad mentality to have. Like, especially if you're in your first 10 years, that you think that you could miss any open mic. You need to hit every single open mic you can.
Yeah.
Every day. And you see so many comics now. Like, I'm bad about it. Like, I've like I said, I've gotten into that mentality before, where I think that I'm better than an open mic, or I'm better than, or I'm not going to get anything out of it, or like, you have to constantly fight against that. It's the laziness in you, or you think you're better because you're just because you're doing shows now. There's a lot of comics that start doing shows, and they think because they're doing shows that they don't need to do open mics anymore. But it's the most important part of learning and creating.
It's harder in a lot of ways.
Dude, it's way harder.
Yeah.
Way harder. Audience members aren't, if you go to a show, it's fucking, and you see it when you see, like, I'm not going to name names, but you see comics that are doing shows now, or even touring, like going and traveling every weekend. And I'm traveling most weekends, but it's not every weekend, And so, but you get comics that get booked at the Creek or get booked at the Romo Room 3 times, and then they stop showing up to open mics. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like, you need to be grinding if you're going to be the best.
Yeah.
That wasn't the question you asked. What did you ask? About comedians on Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I wanted to figure something out where, during the pandemic, I wrote up the idea for the show, because I was like, what do I want to do? How do I bring who I am to the comedy community? How do I provide something?
Yeah.
And so, instead of just taking all the time. And so most of the time that's running shows. Comedians see that as running shows. But for me, I was like, all these comics were coming in from around the country, like Adam Lucky, Spencer Cavins, Ben Smith, Gabe Davis, and we would hang out, and they'd be like, "Hey man, you take me doing some Texas shit, like let's go float the river, or like I want to do something outdoors." And I was taking them doing it, hunting, fishing, all this kinds of stuff. And I was like, man, what if I like made a podcast? This is my idea, was a podcast where I took them out and I did I would take them out hunting and then just film it the entire time. The problem with that is it's not as entertaining as it should be. So I met Tom Airbar, who is a amazing editor and director, like probably the best I've ever seen. And there's a bunch of them in the comedy community. Like, everybody's an editor,
Yeah.
Like, you edit this, but he is like, that's his dream. That's what he does, what he wants to do for a living. And so I met him, and I ran the idea by him to do episodes where I take comics out and I let them experience, my side of Texas.
Yeah.
You know, like you see Austin all the time, but most of the comics just stay in that incubator, you know,
Yeah.
inside that, you know, they might go out on, you know, little trips and stuff, but if you've never been hunting or fishing or bull riding or like cooked barbecue, then to get into it, it's so much money and so much time, and you don't know what you're doing. It would take so long. So I was like, man,
you need
if I
pros
could just,
too, yeah.
and yeah, you'd have to meet somebody that really knows what they're doing, and I don't. I know a little bit about a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like hunting, I would say I'm really good at, but I still like I've got buddies of mine that are way better than me, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as the comic community, you know, I'm pretty. I bet I'm the best hunter in the comic community, you know.
Right.
Like that's not saying a whole lot, but I have all the gear and I have all the equipment and the know-how, and so I could take them out and teach them about the outdoors and then film the whole thing.
And it's funny to see people trying new shit. And
dude, it's so
especially funny people figuring something out or sucking at something. That's where so much comedy comes from.
Yeah, and comics especially are so okay with sucking.
Yeah.
Like there's no ego to it. And
well, you
so,
have to do your first open mic to eat shit.
No, to do-
stand there when no one laughs. That's the.
I don't know if that's as hard as
I don't know if it's as hard, but you got to have some of that.
because you're new and you're like, hey, look, I suck. I'm new.
Yeah.
But when you're at like, dude, it's so hard for me like to be in like 4 years into comedy,
Oh yeah.
and I'm doing a lot of shit, and then going to an open mic and then just
Bombing. But
and then it's
it
people like
happens.
I've seen him. You just got to get over that. That's
Yeah.
not a. It's it happens. It's not a. You can't if you let that eat you up. You're not gonna have longevity in the career.
Yeah.
You know, you got to get used to bombing. No matter how good you are, every joke you write is a new joke to you.
Right.
And you don't know how to tell it. You know, there's a concept of it, and you get better at picking the things and like pre-writing. So like now, I used to just like write something out and then try it at an open mic, and now I write it out, I record it on my device, and then I'll listen back to it, and then take out the shit that I know is unnecessary. You just get better at it, but
Yeah.
still, like we were all laughing and having fun at Buzzmill a few weeks ago. It was about a month or two ago. And I haven't like really bombed at an open mic in a while. And so there was somebody in front of me that was like, I cannot remember who. Oh, it was Matt Boyd, just like tore it up before me. And then I went up there, and the energy was high, and I was happy and go lucky, you know, and I just started talking. And I said something, and it just just didn't work. It just fucking fell flat on my face. And then what's worse is when you see a comic just not move on from that and just go, well, that's fine, and then just go to a new thing, where I was like sticking to it and then trying to make people laugh, and it was just like not working.
Yeah.
And it was just like, man, to sit in there and that, and like, you know, you're funny, and you know, like I've performed in front of that, you
Yeah.
know, I've done comedy clubs with 350 people in it, and you know you're funny, you know you've been fun. Even those jokes that work. What's bad is when you see a comic bombing at an open mic and they go to like a tried and true joke. So like you already know that works. That's already done. That's a part of your set.
Yeah.
And then you pull it out just to try to make people laugh for your benefit, and then it doesn't work, and then it's like,
Ooh, I've been there. I've been there, baby.
dude, where you're just like, man, you took a risk, and then you tried to get a cop out, you know? You tried to like, oh, I'm going to make them laugh before I leave to show them I'm funny. And then they like do not laugh at it. And then it's like, fuck, dude, they just hate me, you know, or I just fucked up. And you got to sit in that. And then what's the shitty part is if you do a 10 o'clock mic, there's no other mics to hit. So now you got to drive home and sit there all day long and, you know, all
Cry
night
yourself to sleep.
and just fucking, there's nothing you can do about it. If you try to keep, you know, you just got to live with it. And there's something about that style of failure that turns you into a different person, you know?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
I mean, yeah.
drink
dude,
some bourbon.
It's ups and downs though. It's crazy. Like especially when
dude,
you're starting out and you get that first taste of like, I don't know, when you feel like you did really well for the first time, or you feel like you killed, or you got booked on a show and then you got booked on a couple shows, and you're like, it's just gonna keep going up. I'm headed to the moon.
Yep.
But you realize it's
a staircase, man. I think that's the best representation I've heard. Is it's, you know, you start at the bottom, and then you hit where you get the confidence where you know you're funny, and then it goes up. And then it's up for however long it lasts, and then usually not very long, and then you start to plateau out, and then you stay that level for a while.
Right.
No, depending on how long, and then you hit another uptake.
Yeah.
Where you start like learning how to actually write, and then learning how to like cut the bullshit. I think that's the biggest part of like the next step after, open micing, is figuring out how to like get rid of the crap that's not funny that you just think is funny.
Yeah.
And how to like talk to people. And then once you curate it at an open mic, if you can take a bit, write it, perform it at like 2 open mics, and then take it to a show, the amount of jokes that you can get. And that's one other thing that people see. It's not like crowd interaction as much. It's comics seeing you work on different stuff.
Yeah.
So if you bring a 10-minute set, and it's good, and then the comic that booked you or the booker sees you at another open mic and sees you working on different stuff, and then you come back and then he books you again because that's funny, it's different, and it's new for them, and then you do good again, they're going to keep booking you if you keep bringing back new shit. You're something interesting, something different, Whereas there's a lot of comics that find their 10-minute set and they just sit on it for a year. And it's like, dude, you've been telling the same fucking jokes for a year. I don't want to listen to it in the back,
Yeah.
Like the audience members might be different, and you know how to do that thing, but if you're not bringing new jokes and you're not trying new shit, like fucking get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
dude,
what
I
is
need
that
to be
1-10-minute set gonna last you your entire life? No.
Right.
Like take more risks, man. Do more different shit. And I fall into it. I did this. What was that? I opened up like every show for like 6 months, and I didn't realize I was doing it. Where I look like Rosie O'Donnell jokes. That was my opener for like a year, or it was like 6 months. It was too long. And then I had this like sushi bit that I did, and then I would change something in the middle. I would always do something different in the middle, or end it differently. But like I was always starting it differently, and I didn't realize it until somebody brought it up. They're like, "Dude, you've done that joke like too much," I think it was Spencer that said it. Spencer or Matt, and but also having like the insight to be able to take criticism like that's huge too.
Yeah.
Or give it as well,
Yeah.
Like people take comics are like, so like we say that we're okay, we don't have egos, but like we've got, I mean it's we've got pretty big egos.
Oh, dude.
Like especially like to from comic to comic,
Yeah. I mean,
you feel insulted.
Just the idea of getting on stage and saying I'm going to be funny and you're going to sit here and wait and I'm going to say something that's going to make you laugh and I don't want anyone to interrupt or like that's ego, baby.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anybody getting up on stage and getting on a microphone when everybody else doesn't have a microphone.
Yeah.
There's some narcissism in there.
Bro, and then you can see how quick. Now I don't like hecklers, but watching a comic handle a heckler and like how they do it is the most fun to me.
Yeah.
Like when
that's
people
a
like,
superpower.
oh dude, being able to just like, and it's not like handling a heckler, because there's some comics that just like love it when people heckle them because they can like yell at them and shut them down, and it's like no. Being able to like having somebody heckle you, and then like gauging it, like maybe interacting with them because they want they just want to be talked to.
Yeah.
They want to feel a part of it. So talking to them for a second and then getting back to your joke just like flawlessly, that's one of the best talents to have.
Yeah, I suck at that, dude. And I'll always get heckled and I'll like not know what to do. And then, you can't stop thinking about it. It's the last mic or show that you did on the way home. I can't stop. And then I come up, I'm like, this is what I should have fucking said.
Dude, I think about it in the shower.
And it just eats me alive. I'm like,
yeah, dude.
Oh, why didn't I say that?
I could have said this. I could have said you fat tranny or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I got heckled by a car last night, dude.
You got heckled by a car?
I mean,
That's
not
the worst.
purposely, but I was at the, what do you call it? The Little Woodrow's.
Yeah.
It's outdoor mic.
Oh, yeah.
And
Chris Castles.
Chris Castles. There's a...
Who is a horrible human being, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Oh, dude, he's terrible.
Yeah.
He's fat and he's lazy. He's got dirty hair. You know, I found a Cheeto in his hair the other day.
Really?
A Cheeto.
That's gross.
I was like, how long have you... When was the last... I asked him, when was the last time you had a Cheeto? I didn't even acknowledge it. I just saw it sitting there, hanging out of his hair.
Yeah.
I was like, when was the last time you had Cheetos? He was like, a week. So that had been sitting in his hair for a week. Does he shower?
Yuck.
Dirty hippie.
Yuck. Anyway. There's like a parking lot behind Little Woodrow's.
Yeah.
If you're on stage to the right back of you. And I'm like 30 minutes into my set. And all of a sudden you just hear the loudest screeching noise of donuts. And a car just doesn't, and it's so loud, and it's outdoors. And
that's your fucking time. That's how long had you waited from going up to signing up to going up? How long had you waited?
At least an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
So you waited an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And then you're 3 to 4 minutes
Yeah.
of time that you get to work on your craft. Some assholes doing donuts in the parking lot behind you.
But to Chris Castle's credit, he stopped it and he restarted and brought me back up, and they did a pause, and it ended up being a good thing.
Sometimes he does nice things. Most of the time he's a piece of crap.
Right. It was I think he's maybe it's a New Year's resolution or something. He's working on himself.
Maybe he's trying. Yeah, he
But,
tries to trick people
yeah.
to think that he's good, and then he goes back to his same old ways, dude.
But this guy did like 8
hippie.
donuts. It lasted for like a minute.
Ugh.
And I'm just at first I'm trying to like talk over it and like I don't know.
He has
what
no
I was
idea.
doing. Yeah.
He's just generally being an asshole, though. Anytime you're doing donuts, donuts
people
are fun.
People are standing up to look over the fence. Like nobody
cares
could
about
give a shit what I'm saying.
No.
But it ended up being a cool thing because then I got to talk about that and not do the same jokes that I've done before, and just heckling and shit happening can get you out of your comfort zone and get you.
That's so good, man. When you're uncomfortable, that's when you find out, and it's not that the next time that happens, you'll be more prepared.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just the situations that you have to go through. Like, the reason people are good at heckling is because it happens. That's why I think bar shows are the most important. We used to have them before the pandemic in Austin. We had one Tramps, and there was one in Round Rock. Damn, I can't even remember the name. It was my favorite mic for a long time. Me and Pat Bernard. That's where I met Pat Bernard.
Oh, okay.
So Pat and I, who I actually introduced to the Romo Room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like to bring that up very much.
Yeah, he didn't mention that at all.
Yeah.
At the Romo Room story, he didn't say one thing about that.
Jesus, Dean
Leaving
Stanfield.
that out
I
of the
brought
origin
him.
story.
Yeah, he didn't even want to go that night. We were going and we would just do open mics together. How's it going, guys? Doing well? We used to go to open mic. I was here probably 4 or 5 months before Pat.
Oh, okay.
And then he got there. I saw him at a couple of open mics, and we, jived together, and became like pretty much inseparable at mics. Like we'd work our. I mean, I'm sure you have this. I don't know if you have anybody like that, but like where you go to the same open mics and you just have your friend groups.
I'm trying to get on Bumble. Maybe I'll find somebody.
Find a Bumble guy. Yeah. Well, it changes all the time. Like Spencer is my guy now, because Pat won't do stand up anymore. I'm trying to make him feel bad about it. Because he's running the Romo Room now. But and you do a lot of stuff out of the Romo Room.
I host an open mic. That's where I host the one today. And Pat's been a great I don't know what you call it, but friend, and giving me a lot of opportunities there to host and stuff.
Pat is fantastic.
So
I love Pat.
Yeah, I've had a lot of things going on there, which has been cool.
Yeah. So the Romo Room used to be. Did you hear about the old Romo Room?
Yeah, with
where
the
it used
brick,
to be. Yeah.
brick.
The brick in the back, dude.
Yeah.
We used to. So that opened up. Rob Morris came here.
Yeah.
And he people already saw this from, Pat's episode.
Yeah.
But we used to be above a Korean pharmacy.
Uh-huh.
And it was in the back of this building, like sketchiest fucking place.
Right.
And like to try to get people to go there, there was no parking lot there, so they had to park at the washateria next door, and then like walk around, go through like 3 gates, and then walk up a staircase, and it was just like in an office building. And then you opened up, and it was this like, I think one of my favorite places to do comedy. It's gone now, but one of my favorite places because it was just so tight and like intense, and people didn't know what was going on, and they're like, oh, this is a comedy club? Like, what's going on? And the expectations were so low that when you were just a little bit funny, people were like fucking howling laughing.
Yeah, Joe Rogan wasn't here.
Yeah, when Rogan wasn't here, there was nothing going on. I mean, Cap City was here, but, it was crazy, man. But yeah, Pat and I was trying to remember the name of that bar. But yeah, Pat and I used to go there, and the great part about it was nobody gave a fuck about what you were saying. Like, people didn't even know comedy was happening in there.
Yeah.
And they were annoyed by it. Like, you could smoke in the room. People were playing pool in the back. And so, like, you had to go up there and, like, start the show. And there's seats there. And nobody's sitting in them. Everybody's sitting at the bar talking and watching the game. They would never turn the TVs off for us. And so you'd have to go in there. And, like, if you could get somebody's attention, you would have a good set. But most of the time, you would just sit up there and just straight up just talking to the comics.
Yeah.
And it's fine if it's in like the Romo room where you're talking and it's mostly comics, like those kind of open mics, or the Creek in the Cave where it's mostly comics. Most open mics are like that. But most of the attention is on you, you know? Like, whatever's happening is happening, but there's nothing else to pay attention to than comedy. So
Yeah.
it's a different vibe. But at bar shows, you get people that just walk in and you can just work on your crowd work.
Yeah.
Just work on talking to them. And if you can figure out how to be funny in crowd work and then work your jokes in, you get so much better, so much faster. And we don't have anywhere like that right now.
Mm.
But now we have better open mics, supposedly.
Yeah.
But
you need
that's
both.
super interesting. You need both, dude. I wish somebody would get it going again. Maybe Pat should.
Yeah.
He's running too much now. But
Yeah.
he should also be doing comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get back into it, maybe
He
dabble in
is.
a little bit.
He
but
is. I've been on him for a little while. I saw him. He's been coming out to open mics before Christmas.
Yeah.
He was coming again. But he's got such a big. That's the problem with running. You either got to run shows or do comedy.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do both.
Yeah.
And he's such a good showrunner.
Yeah.
But he's fucking funny.
Yeah.
He's really funny, man. And a lot of people that have only ever seen him during the pandemic, and that's when he wasn't doing comedy. You know, he was just running shows. So try to make him feel bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, Comedians on Bulls comes out we're having a premiere tomorrow night. This will already be out after that, but
Yeah. I'm gonna go.
Huh?
I'm gonna go check it
Oh,
out.
you're gonna go check it out?
Yeah.
Hell
I'm
yeah,
bummed I
dude.
couldn't make it the last screening. but-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're getting this done, and then we're gonna do a comedy. Actually, told nobody about this, so this is sneak peek previews.
Hello.
But we're doing a state fair. We're gonna have a county fair,
Oh,
and it's gonna be a
nice.
comedy county fair. And so we're
That's
gonna do it
awesome.
at the here in Austin at the Expo. We're gonna try to get the Expo Center. If not, we're gonna get the state fairgrounds, and we're gonna run we're gonna have a carnival. There's gonna be a comic that runs the carnival. We're trying to get William Montgomery to William Montgomery's carnival.
That's perfect.
So he's going to be doing all the carnival games and just walking around having fun. And we're going to have a fried food section. And then we're going to do the events are going to be stuff like, greased pig and, where we get one pig out there that's greased up and then they got to catch him,
Yeah.
do that kind of just county fair stuff and just have
Dude,
a fun
that's
episode.
a great idea.
Yeah. And so we're going to have comedy shows going all day long. Comics from all over Austin. I'm going to try to book as many. We're going to have hourly shows starting at noon to midnight.
Yeah.
And so, really, we could get almost every comic in the
Dang.
scene to get some stage time. So if you want to see Austin comics,
Yeah.
we're going to book everybody. We're going to have
That's
as many
awesome.
anybody that's working a working comic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. So we're gonna keep shooting episodes. We're gonna have a fishing episode. We're gonna have a hunting episode, and then we're gonna go out to my ranch and do a work cattle.
Mm-hmm.
So do the full branding and cutting and separating and putting them on trailers and send them to the factory.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome, dude. I love to
Yeah.
see people branching out and doing different stuff, getting creative. It's like, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
You gotta do something different, and you really are. The proof is in the pudding for you. You're doing it.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's
Do
been a wild ride. Just trying to figure out what, doing regular stand up, but in the meantime, what do you do during the day? How do you brand yourself? How do you get people to pay attention to you? What do you have that's interesting that nobody else has?
Dude, I talk about this all the time too. How many comedians can you look at, professional, big Netflix special guys that just made it from just doing stand up? It's
very few.
Very few. Most people, they had a TV show or they had a podcast or, even Joe Rogan. He's not as big of a stand-up without his podcast, for sure.
Well, not even his podcast. He was Fear
Factor,
and UFC. Most people, there's still people, and it's getting more rare and more rare, but like 2 years ago, if you talked to most people and you did a poll, most people would know Joe Rogan from Fear Factor or from UFC.
Right.
They didn't even know he did stand-up.
Yeah.
And he was,
people still don't know.
Still don't know. They think he's just a podcast.
Yeah.
And then, but if you listen to his podcast, if they're listeners of his podcast, they see he tells so many stories about doing stand-up.
Yeah.
But
I know some people,
other people.
Some people just listen to the ones, like I know old people who just listen when scientists are on or when he has.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, the most fun episodes are the comics.
Well,
but
that's
I guess
me.
That's for us.
I listen to the ones with the comedians. I don't care about the.
Dude, anytime a scientist
authors.
one comes on, I listen to it for like 10 minutes. I'm like, bah.
Yeah.
Out.
But he's huge. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, figuring out other things. People like to be fans of people that are well-rounded, that have different stuff going on. It's a different.
Well, not everybody loves comedy, and not everybody's gonna love comedy.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part of it. But reaching people that didn't like comedy, that's another thing I'm trying to do. Is there's such a big group of people that aren't being reached in the community, and it's the country people, because they don't want to come into a comedy club and listen to, stuff that they can't relate to. So there's nothing that they can relate to. So, I mean, in my mind, I'm trying to bridge the gap, where I can make regular people laugh, but then also bring relatability. Relatability, is that a word? I don't want to George Bush this thing.
Yeah, that's a word.
Relatability to everybody,
Yeah.
Instead of just focusing on one group. I'm not focusing on rednecks. I can make them laugh. I don't I've been doing it my whole life.
Yeah.
But figuring out how to make regular people laugh.
Yeah.
And then when that happens, then being able to bring the rednecks into comedy clubs. And then I bet if 3/4 of rednecks would just go to comedy clubs, they would have a good time.
Yeah.
But the staple of it is they're just a bunch of liberal cucks that, are just joking about random shit that they don't find funny.
Right.
And it's like, no, dude, most people, if you just listen to people and they write a well-written joke, it's funny.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what your political standings are or your ideologies about things. You get
Getting tipsy.
Getting tipsy.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. People got to go out and see live comedy.
You got an NPR hat?
What?
Do
Yeah.
you listen to NPR?
No.
Okay. I didn't mean to call you out like that.
My brother actually just so my podcast is called Nico Public Radio, which
Nico
is
Public Radio.
Yeah,
okay, I like it.
It's kind of a play on.
Okay, a play on words.
Yeah, on NPR.
Yeah.
So my brother got me this for Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Nico Public Radio, but it's No, I don't listen to
NPR.
it. I don't.
That's what's up.
So this is the new NPR. I'm trying to take it over. I'm
over,
thinking
dude.
about, what do you think, branding, marketing guru Dean Stanfield, do you think I should, because people always refer to it as like the Canoe Podcast or the Canoecast.
Yeah.
Should I just change it to that?
Canoecast.
Should I just change it?
Canoecast sounds pretty good.
But is it too late to, I should change it, right?
I think you should do what you want.
Well, I originally just did a podcast first before I was filming this.
Yeah.
Like a normal podcast.
Yeah.
And I called it Nico Public Radio.
Yeah.
Then when I moved here,
I'm telling you
I was
right
like,
now,
I should start-
Canoecast is way better. As soon as you said it, I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As like an initial reaction,
Yeah.
but I think if you have an emotional attachment to the Nico Public Radio,
Yeah.
then that's what you should do. If you still have an emotional attachment to that, then that's what you're gonna feel.
Yeah.
It's you're in control of it. But fucking the Canoecast.
Yeah.
That sounds good, dude.
I think I might do like Nico Public Radio presents the Canoecast.
There you go.
Like
and then when you want to start, do you want to do other episodes where you're just sitting in a, like you can't get Trey Pack in one of these. You can't. There's certain comics you can't. You're not gonna be able to get him in here.
I know. I've thought about that before.
Those chunky boys, dude. Tony Casillas, there's no way. I'm probably the biggest comic.
You think you're
Well,
the max?
No, Brian McDuffie.
He's big.
He's a chunky boy.
I had Will Williams on here.
That was Adam Lucky. You have a take?
Answer. Go ahead.
Adam.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. You're on the Nico's public radio.
Yeah, Canoecast.
The fuck is that?
Nico Public.
It's a podcast that Nico Jordan does. He's a comic at the on the Austin comedy scene here with us.
Oh, okay. I killed my daughter. She's dead, dog. I need you to bail on that podcast. Her brains are everywhere.
Do we need to get rid of the body, or what's
She's a
the?
2.5-year-old baby, and
Why do you call
I had
me?
no idea she had that much brains.
Why am I the first person you call if a baby's dead?
It's the hair.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Hey, you what? Let me holler back at you. I just knew you'd say some crazy stuff.
Well, I'm trying to book you for a show tonight.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
Can you do it at 7?
Yep. We're at.
Okay, cool. Host the show at the Creek.
Yep. You got it.
All right, cool. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
And that's how it's done.
Adam Lucky, dude. That's a good way to end it, dude. I didn't know.
All right,
that's great,
we'll
dude.
paddle us back to shore. Thanks for doing this, man.
Dude, this has been great, man. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I was.
I shotgunned my first beer.
You shotgunned your first beer. We've been through some shit now, dude.
I know.
I started this podcast. I was like, I've never really hung out with Nico. This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it was, dude.
That's what I love about doing it. It's like, when would we just sit down and talk
Well,
for 2 hours?
If we would just sat down in an office somewhere or at a table at your house, it would have taken probably 30 to 45 minutes before we were comfortable enough to say stuff together.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as we got onto this water and we're about to tip over, you know,
yeah.
like shit's going down, dog. We're gonna
Right.
talk. We're
As
gonna
soon-
figure it out.
As soon as you showed me your gun, I knew. It's on.
We're not playing around here, dude.
And I'm trying to decide, should I...
I didn't even think about it. I was a little too comfortable with that. I probably shouldn't have showed that.
No, that was awesome, dude. Should I get a gun, do you think?
Yes.
Why?
I mean, I think everybody should have one, and you should learn how to use it. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
Like learning good, proper gun etiquette. I think just to defend yourself, defend other people. I mean, that's not a responsibility that you have unless you want it, you know?
Yeah.
But I think that just for personal protection, you don't know when shit goes sideways. When stuff goes sideways, like regular people aren't going to be regular people anymore. Like it's going to be and that's not a time to learn how to use it. The time to learn how to use it is now.
Do you think some crazy shit's on the horizon?
I do.
Apocalyptic stuff?
Yeah.
What do you think it looks like?
Bro, we don't have time to talk about that. You should have asked that question an hour ago, dude.
That'll be the next
That'll be the
podcast.
next podcast, dude. Have me back whenever you want to, and I
Thanks,
will.
dude.
That'll be
I
the
will.
opening question. I don't even want to break into it right now, but I think that I just don't think that we're on a trajectory of being able to figure this out.
It's
I
scary
think,
times, right?
dude, it's scary times, dog. I bet wrong on the apocalypse, as I thought it was 2020.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for sure there was no way we were recovering from that, and honestly, I'm ready. I mean, for me, it's not going to be that bad. I know how to do so much shit, and
Yeah.
but the problem is I don't want to go through it because I'm going to see the majority of the people that I love die.
Yeah.
Even if I don't make it, I mean, it's not. I'm pretty ready. I'm not.
Will you help me out? Like, if it happens, can
Oh,
I
yeah,
call
dude.
you up? Will you give me a
Dude,
gun?
fucking
Can we team
cell
up?
towers are out.
Yeah.
Cell towers are out at that point.
Yeah.
But if you want to meet me in Llano, Texas,
Yeah.
I'll give you the address after this. But
All
you
right.
fucking meet me in Llano, Texas, dog. We can use some help. We'll just go out there. I'll show you. I'll teach you how to skin a deer. Hey, you should come on next deer we shoot. You don't have to shoot it, but if you're interested in doing the the skinning process and processing it,
Yeah.
if you're interested in that, I'll have you on mine.
I want to do it for sure. I want to do all
And
of
if you can come record it, you can put it on your site or
it.
whatever.
That would be awesome.
Nico learns how to skin and process a deer.
I mean, I've never shotgunned a beer until today, and so next time you'll show me how to hunt and skin a deer.
Dude, I can bring next time I'm gonna bring my skillet. I've got a portable skillet, and then we'll just cook while we're out here.
Dude, we could wake up early, do a little morning podcast out on the lake, watch the
bro.
sunrise.
I'll do some eggs, and I'll bring some duck meat, and we'll do some duck meat and eggs.
Yeah, and we'll talk about our hunting experience.
Dude, that would be cool.
Yeah, dude, I've never.
Let's set that up.
Yeah, I'm game for sure. No pun intended.
That was a quick wit.
No, but yeah, I totally agree with what you said about, I feel like a hypocrite in a way that I've never killed an animal and eaten it, but I eat chicken nuggets all the time.
Yeah. I can teach you how to process and clean a chicken.
Yeah.
We can just go buy a chicken.
I'm not gonna like it, but that's good. It's supposed to. It'll make me more conscious of what I'm eating and what
you're
I'm
eating, and take it not for granted.
But that's what I was gonna say is, dude, hunting is so much better than going to McDonald's drive-thru.
Bro, the meat that you get from it, I live off of.
And just
right now.
the kindness.
Yeah.
Up towards the animal. You know?
And people think that rednecks are so like you just want to kill and murder and shit like that. I'll be honest with you. I had to put a deer down.
Yeah.
I made a shot and it didn't kill it, and so I had to crawl through the brush and I got to it, and it wasn't dead.
Damn.
And so I had to sit there and I had to slit its throat.
Oh.
And dude, it's gut wrenching. Like you think that like it's not being a man where you're like you don't care and you just reach down there and do it. Like you feel you're taking a life, man. Like, and there's a problem. Like, some people are like, oh, quit, like you're being a pussy if you like I almost teared up, dog. Like it makes it like you're sitting there with that animal in its last moments, and you're the one that's killing it, and you're like, man, it really brings everything that you do into perspective.
Yeah. Dude,
and
I've
like
said
in that
that
form, and I know a lot of hunters that won't admit it, but they feel the same way about that shit, dog.
Dude, how could you not?
Yeah.
I was just saying this about
Hey.
What's up?
It looks like a lot of fun, man. I've never seen one of those paddle boards. Like I've seen them online. Granny's.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun,
dude.
It's nice, calm water too. Get some paddle.
Dude, that's the kind of woman that I wanna grow old with.
You want to wrangle up?
No, I want to grow old with. I want to find one that's my age and then grow old, and where she gets that.
Do you think you'll
that
get
lady
married?
is like 7. Yes.
You have kids? Little Dean Stanfield,
Little
mullets
Dean
running around and
Yeah,
stuff?
I always wanted to be married. I've been engaged, and then after that, I really spit the bit.
You chickened out?
On she did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Break your heart?
It broke my heart, man. Broke my heart, and so.
Did it get dark?
I did for a little bit. I never get too dark for too long. I'm used to disappointment.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like I didn't grow up in a great family home. I was back and forth between family members for a while. My dad and my mom had me in college, and so they were 19 when they had me. So they were really shitty parents for a while, and figured it out now. We're really good now. We have good relationships now. But when I was growing up,
That's awesome.
like definitely learned how to like move on from stuff. But it definitely caused some God damn, you're gonna ask this stuff on the last minute, dude. But
we can go forever, man.
No,
We'll keep
I
rolling.
know. But there was definitely there was a lot of trust issues, and then especially that one. I never had trust issues in relationships until after that.
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, unless she is like, I haven't dated anybody in 6 years.
Yeah.
Like seriously dated somebody since that. Since 'cause I'm 28 now. I was 22 when we broke up, or when we separated, and after that, I'm just like, unless she's, just amazing, then it's just not worth the time,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm working on my career and stuff. That part scares me though. If I get too old, I'm not having kids.
Yeah.
If I don't have kids and I don't have a pressure gauge on it, but if I don't meet somebody and start having kids by like 35, I'm not having kids.
Yeah.
So I've got like 6 years left.
Yeah.
If somebody comes along that's willing to, be in a relationship and put in the work, I'm down with it. But most people aren't. So it's like, unless somebody comes along that's great, probably just going to wait till I'm famous and then just get a bimbo.
Hey-o.
As soon as I get famous, dude, I'll probably clean up when I'm famous. So I clean up now, clean up well, but
Yeah.
dude,
but that's
but
crazy.
definitely like I love being in a relationship. I would love to have that.
Yeah.
But there's not enough people that it's worth doing that with right now. Trying
It'll
to find
come.
somebody that vibes with you. And
It's better to be
and if it
patient
does,
than-
and that's the thing, just not trying to find it and then just waiting. If you find somebody that's worth the time, spend your time with them. But if people aren't worth your time, quit wasting your time on people that
Yeah, dude.
fucking I
Fucking
mean, I don't know how your
boners.
relationship is, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
you
your
made
hard
me think
question.
a lot. I'm gonna dump her. It's over.
You shotgunned a beer and broke up with your girlfriend. Oh, dude.
Shit. Yeah.
Maybe she's not gonna let you come on this podcast again. I don't know who you are. I'm sure very, very sweet, very, very sweet woman.
She's just not gonna let me hang out with you.
Yeah, which is most of my friends. I'm the guy that most of the all of my really good friends, most of their wives do not like me.
You're a bad influence.
They think I'm a bad influence, but I'm an excuse to do things, and they just blame me for everything. That's why they hate me.
Yeah.
Is because they're like, oh, Dean said we had to go to the strip club. I'm like, I don't like going to strip clubs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if I'm at a bachelor party, Vegas, I like going to strip clubs. But everywhere else, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
You know, what's the point of it? And then, we go to Houston, and they're like, talk me into it. And then we get home, and then they got, charges to their account. They're like, well, Dean, he's got the mullet. He loves partying. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that's not – don't blame me for that. That's the reason they hate me.
I know, dude. You're a grown adult.
You're a grown-ass man. You do what you want.
I know.
Yeah. But I am good at talking people into stuff.
Yeah.
Or not even that, just like –
Well, you didn't even talk me into shotgunning a beer, but I felt like I had to. That's crazy.
I don't know what it is, dude.
You're a Houdini.
People just like doing it, man.
Yeah.
It's an excuse to have a good time.
Yeah.
The mullet comes with it.
Yeah.
So.
All right,
dude. Let's get out of here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We'll go hunting.
Can people follow me on my Instagram?
Yeah.
I plug my Instagram?
Yeah, for sure.
Hell yeah. Dean A. Stanfield is my Instagram. That's all I care about. Go follow it. Watch the comedy. Come to shows. Go to the Creek in the Cave or the Romo Room.
Yeah.
If you want to see live stand-up comedy, it makes a difference if you people show up. So show up.
And do you think you'll put the comedians on bowls out somewhere else? Will people be able to watch that eventually, do you think?
So I really want to, but I'm waiting. I've got a couple producers that want to pick it up.
Oh, okay.
And a couple networks that are interested. Nothing that's crazy yet.
Yeah.
But I know a couple people that were at the last premiere that it went so well that they talked to some people, and that's why we're doing a second premiere. It's because we've got some networks that are coming in to look at it to see if they want to pick it up or not.
That's
and so
awesome,
if they pick it up, then I can't release it for 6 months.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be too much or they don't offer me enough money, then I'm just releasing it on my own.
Yeah.
I'm putting it on because I paid for the first thing full.
Damn.
And so I can do it again. I have enough money where I can release another episode.
Yeah.
And then hopefully get sponsors. It's just trying to figure out that side of things is a nightmare. And
it's hard when you just want to be funny and creative, but
yeah,
you gotta
and I just
want to
put shit out. But to put good shit out, and then if it's if fucking Netflix picks it up or HBO picks it up or Amazon Prime picks it up, that's a big deal. So it's worth waiting. So I'm sorry, I was really
for sure
really excited about putting it out, but I gotta wait and see, work the process, see where it goes, and then but yeah, they'll be able to find it soon on a network.
Well, dude, I'm looking
YouTube
forward
or anything else.
I'm looking forward to you not acting like you don't know me and not returning my texts or calls and being like, "Fuck you, I'm on this Netflix money." No, I'm not doing your podcast again.
Nah, dude.
I don't fucking know you.
However big, dog.
That'll be sweet. Shit. If that's what I'll be like, hey, I got the proof. He was on my podcast.
On my podcast.
All right, dude. Hey, well, dude, this has been inspiring to me, dude.
This has been great, man. I've had a blast. I smoked a cigar.
Yeah,
drank some whiskey. We shotgun beers.
Yeah.
I did not get a girl's number. We were supposed to do that.
We were supposed to do that. I completely forgot.
Hey.
Maybe on the walk to the
parking lot. Do you want to be on the podcast? Oh, my hair? Oh, thank you, babe. I appreciate that. That was sweet. All right. I got a compliment. That's good.
Yeah.
Just
We're
wear a
going
bucket
to
hat.
on the way out.